Ladies and gentlemen, heroes and villains, we're back with another.
You muted yourself again, bro. This man stays muting himself.
You see, I don't host. I'm getting used to this stuff. But we're back with another episode of Open Dojo. The place where you guys can get your takes off, combat with us. We talk everything here: sports, games, music. We might hop into politics where Riddell can kind of school everybody eventually. I have a topic on my mind. But it's basically the place where you guys can come up here and get your shit off like we get our shit off every Tuesday. Be sure to check us out on all platforms. We're on Kick. We're on X, formerly known as Twitter. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We do it all. Also, check out our link tree where you can find all of our links in one comprehensive place. You can join our Discord where you can be a part of the conversation. We talk everything. We're active wrestling, music, video games. We cover the whole entire gauntlet. With all that being said, also, be sure to subscribe to our Patreon and become a member where we drop a bunch of exclusive content. Me and Riddell, we talk Game of Thrones there, very in depth. We react to the entire video if you're interested in that. We also talk, we got Santos Top 10s where we talk different things, different subjects based on that. Me and Random have a series where we talk about video games. We basically play them and review them. So a lot of exclusive content where you get to know us more personally and then have some more entertaining things to watch. With all of that being said, Riddell, how you feeling? I know you're watching the finals, but what else is going on?
No, I just have it there. I'm just like paying attention a little bit. I mean, I expect the Thunder to close it out. Tyrese can't even walk. I mean, what are we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to be interested in the Shea Glaze for the next 2 weeks. So that's going to be something else. But ultimately, obviously, I've been doing my thing, chilling. A One Piece chapter dropped sooner than expected. So I'm sure we could talk about that. I also got, a new game. Now that I'm not hosting the BSS, I'm letting everybody else kind of take care of that. I can get a little in my creative bag. We had the game we had where you guys guessed the rankings. I just came up with a new game right off the dome ski. It wasn't inspired by anything. And I'll drop what it is right now. I won't tell you, obviously, who's on it. But basically, this is the game I'm thinking of for next Tuesday. So I'm going to name different people. Pay attention. I said people. I didn't say characters. People and characters. And the game is called Do You Have Aura? I'm going to go into the aura trend. I'm going to have everybody get their phone or a piece of paper and write down whether or not the character I give them has aura. So there's 5 categories: peak aura, overrated aura, mid aura, underrated aura, and bum aura. Everybody's going to have to write it down, reveal it at the same time. And I put another extra twist on it. If someone says contradictory stuff, like someone says peak aura and then someone says bum aura for some reason, for example, maybe Miles goes Zoro, bum aura, and then Lonnie goes or Santo goes peak aura for Zoro. And then in a 1-minute showdown, y'all got to debate it out. And the loser, based off what the chat says, we'll either do a lack of aura challenge or have to put on something that decreases their aura until we get to the next one. And then if and then the next person, if they lose, then the other person can take it off or it's not, or whatever. If they already did the challenge, it's good. So it's going to be a very aura-filled challenge. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds incredible. I do think that you taking a step back from hosting has gotten everybody's kind of creative juices kind of going. So I'm actually in the thought process of making my own game, but it's basically going to be I've been watching some of our old content and seeing what characters you guys like, and I'm going to find a way to where you guys are put on trial with the character and you have to basically defend them in a scenario, with obviously our beautiful crowd being the judges as to whether you're guilty or non-guilty. So for you, for example, you're going to be sitting on the podium defending Mr. Yuta Okatsu. Just for you. So you guys can have a little bit of fun. Glazed characters you already know, while also in kind of a back and forth, almost debate style judging judge's room where you guys got to basically get them off. You're their lawyer. You're their Brian Steele, and they're your young thug, if you will. So,
hey man, that should be fire. That would have really killed me if we didn't get the last 2 chapters of Nagi. Then I'm like, you know what, mate? Something in the future might happen. I would have been like, you just gotta wait. That's all I could have said because Nagi was down in the dumps, but now he's up again. My boy.
He's something. At least I can't be one of the guys that gets crucified later because I never pushed too hard on the anti-Nagi prop. I just did it to poke a little fun. But Santo, Lonnie, they're gonna be looking crazy because I think I didn't expect it, but Nagi's gonna come back as a big bad. He's gonna be a major hurdle. I don't think final boss, but I think he's gonna be a major hurdle on the antagonistic front. Even if it's not for Isagi, it could be for somebody else to where they have to overcome him.
Yeah, Nagi's about to do something crazy. And it's funny that J-Rob came on, he made a little guest appearance on one of the pods, and he came on and did the worst thing he could have done. He slandered that boy Nagi as well. So, a lot there. I'm just going to let things kind of marinate, see where it goes. But I remember me saying early on that I could see Nagi as the final villain for this. So we'll see how everything kind of plays out. I'm ready for my boy to lock in.
Sure. So today, simple pod. We usually go longer than our regular show. I'm going to try to circumvent that, but it also depends on the conversation. If we got a lot of pushback, if everybody wants to get their shit off, it might take a little long. But today, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to talk Boruto. We're going to talk One Piece. And then we have a gaming Mount Rushmore. So 2 episodes, or actually, I think 2 and 3 episodes, we did talk gaming as far as protagonists and antagonists, but now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of which ones are the best. If we had a Hokage stone statue, what games would end up on the statue? And then we'll also open it further into like a top 10. And this is more of a franchise thing, not an individual game. So it's like not 2K15, but the entirety of 2K, just to make it kind of stand out, make it fair. Rockstar got some bangers. Activision got the Call of Duty, the StarCraft, the Warcraft. We got Mario. We're going to get to the bottom of it, and we're going to let people know what BSS thinks is the best of these games. To kick it off, I think we should start with Boruto. I'm going to do a little bit of a round of applause real quick because you get the kind of victory lap. So Riddell basically had to take the way the last chapter of Boruto ended, it was pretty much very clear that Boruto was going to need some assistance. His chances of winning were slim to none, and that was the whole entire thing that where Koji was like, yo, no, Boruto, you can't go because it's going to lure Jorah out and you're going to die. Every reality I've seen, you're going to die. I predicted that Boruto would either use the Jogan or Momoshiki would predict, or Momoshiki would take over, and pretty much everybody co-signed that. Riddell on his own square, 10 toes, which it might have been the more obvious one. I don't know why I didn't agree with that. I'm usually a little bit more logical. But he plain out said that Kawaki would be the one to show up and save the day, and that's exactly what happened. Riddell, you want to get into it?
Hey man, once you are so often correct about your takes that sometimes it gets a little old to take your victory lap again. But ultimately, it did make a lot of sense. Miles is correct. I know we were talking about the group chat. Alani said something about the Jogan. I don't even know what they plan to do with that Jogan stuff. I'm guessing that it's probably going to get revealed the moment he can use the mark like Kawaki. This is like the first time we've seen the mark now being used similar to the way we were teased at that kind of time skip tease at the very beginning of Boruto, like the very, very, very start. So I think this is the start of it with Kawaki, and then I'm sure Boruto is going to learn how to use it with him later down the line because they have a big threat to deal with. Kawaki showing up, helping Boruto is interesting. We knew that he was going to let go of his limiters. We knew that he's going to need Boruto's help to take down this threat. So it makes sense in this kind of scenario. And everybody else is too goddamn weak to help him in the first place. Let's be honest. My only question now, though, is is Kawaki now stronger than Boruto? Because the way they're making it seem, Jigen, no, what was his name? Jura beating the brakes off of Boruto right now. Boruto has no chance, and Kawaki basically seems like he's ready to run the ones. So if he's able to beat Jura by himself, we're gonna need another training arc for Boruto. So we'll see.
I'm gonna interject here. I'm also gonna place the link. I'm gonna place the link as well. I see Dave in the chat. He's a One Piece Boruto aficionado himself. There's a trade-off. Right now, Kawaki, he's having his Vegeta appearance. He's pulling up, he's throwing hands, he's taking names. Kawaki was granted that strength at the cost of his regenerative and healing capabilities. Amado was basically saying, I outfitted you to be more of a defensive healer type of dude, and make your body very adaptable to any situation, right? So I think right now that we're seeing him on the offensive, it looks very convincing. And I feel like he's doing what he's doing as expected. I expect him to be overpowering Jura, right? What's going to really move me is how he looks when he starts taking damage without him being able to regenerate. Yo, Dave, salute. You came at the perfect time. How you feeling about Kawaki pulling up on Jura? And is that what you expected? Did you think a different outcome? What's going on?
I'm not going to lie. I didn't know what to expect when... Because obviously it seemed like Boruto knew he had some backup coming. I didn't know who was going to be. I'm messing with it though. Next chapter, I'm pretty sure it's the last of the volume too. So I'm expecting we're gonna get some good heat. We get something good next chapter. And I'm ready to see what Kawaki got for Jura. Because I ain't gonna lie, like Rondell said, he hanging with Jura. Boruto, time to get back in the lab, man. You gotta get right back right.
Y'all glazing, man.
We
glazing chakra rounds in 2025, man. Little, you know what I'm saying? Some thorns, some prickles in his skin. We glazing that, man.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Stabbed him through his eye. He shrugged it off. Nothing.
Hey, it is kind of crazy. When Obito first introduced those rods, I was like, I never was feeling those rods. The fact that they are still a major ability in Naruto is crazy. Like,
it's like a Rinnegan staple at this point.
These rods, bro. Like, what did Kishimoto have to see to go like, yeah, I need my characters to use rods in these fights? I don't even know where
a lot of people use them too.
Yeah, I think even Jura has used them in different scenarios.
Jura used them. Jigen used them. Pain,
yeah.
Madara, everybody. Naruto.
Bro, something tells me someone beat the. No, let me check.
Yo, you crazy! I know the way to say.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to see. I guess you could argue that maybe once Boruto reestablish his connection with Momoshiki, but I don't know how I'll feel because the way they powered up Boruto in the first place was kind of Mickey. He looked into a future version of himself to learn from a future version of himself on how to get stronger. I mean, if done right, it could be good. Shout out Hitman Reborn, done perfectly.
Sure.
But after you did that, you were super strong. Then Kawaki just had to unlock and change his chakra abilities or whatever, and limiters, whatever. And now he's stronger than you. I don't know. It's kind of tough, man. It's kind of tough.
What kind of dropped on the ladder for me down the stocks? I'm not moved by the Shinjutsu no more because it was kind of expressed to us that Koji saw every reality, every possibility. You're telling me that something as simple as Boruto leaving a message or at least communicating with Kawaki somehow to get him to show up. You didn't see that?
Yeah, that's the thing. The fact that he was able to change the outcome is definitely.
Your power is not called future teller or visionary. Your shit is called omniscience.
Probability.
Your shit is called omniscience. Like when I think omniscience, you're an all-knowing God. You know everything. So I'm not really feeling the writing on that end, where that was kind of able to fly under the radar and something so simple was able to be the difference maker, just him leaving a message. But I will say I appreciate, for the first time in a long time, we got a Boruto chapter that was all scrapping. The niggas was scrapping the whole chapter. We didn't have no talking. It was no real power of friendship. We scrapping.
Yeah.
Boruto got dog walk to the point where even Ida's like, I can't watch this shit no more. He about to get hacked. This shit bad. But it was a good chapter, and Kishi's still in his bag. He can write a fight. Animated, I feel like that's going to go crazy. However long that's going to take. If it happens. But W, I wanted to ask y'all though.
Well, before you go into that, to be fair, when it comes to Kashin Koji,
Sure.
we still don't know why the hell those Sarada and what's her name is not affected by what's her name's abilities. We still don't know. So there's inconsistencies with this, and that I'm not positive he's going to explain it. I don't know if he really is going to explain it, but maybe that will answer the questions on why Koji had a little black hole in his ability, and same with what's her name? Ida? We'll see.
What was I gonna ask? I lost a train of thought. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I fucked up, Miles, man.
Don't do drugs, kids. It's the drugs. Oh my god.
Was it Boruto related?
It was.
Dude.
I got it. Okay. Given Boruto's kind of situation and status, do y'all kind of feel like it's a little weird that, or I'll say on both of their sides, after what Kawaki and Ida did, don't call me no brother or none of that shit. I feel like they're a lot more cordial than they should be, given the circumstances of the situation. I just wanted to know how y'all feel about that.
I get how the regular, like, I get how someone could say, like, if you said I ain't rocking with Kawaki whatsoever because of it, I see it wholeheartedly. But even when it happened in the moment and before True Blue Vortex, Boruto, I'm pretty sure he said, I see how you felt now all this time. It's like he was way more understanding of it. I don't know why. Maybe that's the Naruto in him. Maybe that's the bloodline. You don't give a damn. But I'm not mad at it because it gives him that. It reminds me of Naruto a lot, so I ain't too mad at it.
Yeah, this is how I'll rationalize it, and why I think it's kind of okay. Because I don't think Boruto and Kawaki hate each other individually. Boruto definitely doesn't. He already said that in a couple chapters ago that he will not kill Kawaki regardless of everything he did. So Boruto has the like Dave said, he has the Naruto in him. He wants to save Kawaki. So okay, Kawaki, I don't think hates Boruto, but I think he feels like he has to take out Boruto because of Momoshiki. Yeah. So if Momoshiki didn't exist, I'm sure they would still be normal brothers. So because of that, I think this situation is fine because I don't really think there's any innate hatred between the two of them. And now they have a common enemy, so it kind of it's fine.
I feel like Kawaki's still a little unreasonable. Like, granted, there's no risk of him becoming an Otsutsuki or anything. But my nigga, you got all of the powers and the tool set. Like, it's the pot calling the kettle black with a caveat. That's how I see it. You're basically an Otsutsuki
without the blood in you.
Just without the threat of them taking you over. So like after you kill Boruto, are you gonna kill yourself? Like, are you gonna play God now? Like, who gave you permission to basically like write this future? And I'm interested to see how we're gonna lead up to what we saw at the beginning of Boruto with them fighting. Is it gonna be something as simple as you're Otsutsuki, I gotta pack you? Does a deeper wedge get driven in between them? And I'm also wondering, because I don't think it's gonna happen, is Ida gonna reverse what she did? Or is Boruto going to continue this campaign of basically changing everybody's mind? Because so far he's changed Mitsuki's mind. I think that's it. So far he's gotten through to Mitsuki. Oh, and Sasuke as well.
Yeah, that technically Sasuke
as well.
We didn't even get to Sasuke. I mean, sorry, but that's like because Sasuke still he's still on the trust. What Boruto's saying, he's at trust of Sarada. So this is like
that's good enough though. Like,
yeah, I mean,
he helped Brody level up. He died for bro.
You can argue he switched Shikamaru's mind as well.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. That's just his IQ at that point.
Yeah, Shikamaru's just like, I'm not dumb.
Something don't smell right.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it. Okay, let's say no way they just beat Jorah here.
No.
But after this here,
in this fight right now.
no, I mean like
What's their goal?
done.
Like, I
Like,
think he dies here.
Who,
okay,
Jura?
Nah, I don't. I want him to
That
because
wouldn't make. I don't.
so
He's been there.
before you continue, Riddell, me and you are kind of on opposite sides. I remember when these guys were first introduced, you guys were kind of on the fence, and I really liked them. I don't like them anymore. Like, there needs to be more than us just having to target people and get them for me to feel like they should last for a long time.
No,
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
I'm
now.
definitely thinking there's somebody else. There has to be something more. This is not the. There's no way this is the final villain. But right now, I don't see how you can make sense in just knocking Jura off right now, especially with everything they showed us. They have no way of keeping up with him at this point.
that was my big question, and I still don't really like the tree monsters. The only one that moves me is Jura. I'm gonna be honest. Other than that, like all of them getting no dip by Boruto, I'm like, okay, all right, sure, whatever. And then getting beat by Sarda, who just unlocked her. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna let it go.
It's strong, bro. It's strong.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was. I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. You know what's the funny thing about that too? A little tangent. Someone commented on an old TikTok video of the BSS when it was PC anime. Oh, there was this one dude, I don't know if anybody remembers, who came onto the panel and very early on, before the time skip, this was years ago, however long that was ago, and he said Sarada was stronger than Sasuke. Full chest. Now someone commented recently, now it doesn't look so crazy now, does it? I'm like, that's no.
Came back? That's crazy.
He's been in the bug in like 3 years. Like, come on.
Oh,
but he's right, though. If he not stronger, Riddell, you're going to finish your overarching point. But if she not stronger than Sasuke, I want one of y'all niggas to lie.
Well, no, I'm saying, okay, we kind of knew that she was probably going to end up being stronger than Sasuke by the end of the show anyway. But in the moment, we were trying, come on. Come on.
Yeah, he was talking about in the moment.
In the moment is crazy, word.
Like, she just unlocked Magiko Sharingan, and he was talking about peak Sasuke. No.
She's stronger than peak Sasuke!
This is why this shit with Sarda is some bullshit, bro. That's why.
Could peak Sasuke beat Ryu? I don't think so,
bro. Those dudes are. Oh, what's the term? What's the term? Oh, frick. I forgot the term, but basically overrated. All that they overrated, bro. Overrated. They haven't done. The only one that's like that is Jura, man.
The Sasuke one is strong. I don't think nobody can beat that one except Boruto.
Bug ain't fight yet.
Dave, stop. You see, Dave, I'm gonna cash out of your ass because you brought up Bug before. He a bum. Bug is a bum.
Hey, if Bug gotta fight Damon, he might got some. That's all I gotta say.
Bro, Damon's no different these dudes too. I'm not
Damon is scraping any of these niggas.
But if Bug bang with David, Bug might got something. He might not be trash. You never know.
Bug is not. No one's beating Damon. No one's beating Damon.
We'll see.
There is a reason why Kakashi's not fighting these dudes. Kakashi will beat these guys. Hey, the only reason why we thought is because they're going up against, like, who are they going up against that make them really look that strong? Konohamaru?
He a bum?
He ain't a bum, but
listen, man.
Be fair, Konohamaru basically he got a little bit of mastery.
He's a bum too.
He snuck mastery at the same time. Though. I don't know. Is Konohamaru man straight up? I don't know.
Who?
Do you think Konohamaru? How's Konohamaru look against the Shinju straight up though? He did kind of sneak mastery. He got a little surprise.
Listen, man, we didn't get to find out. All I saw was him destroy both her arms in an instant. That's what I saw. That's what I saw with my eyes.
For sure.
Bro, if they went up against real legit like dogs,
how many dogs are there?
Sakura's beating one of these guys 1v1. Straight.
Who?
Sakura. She beating one of these.
No, she's not. No, she's not. No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
She put it in the same series. Riddell. In the same series, she couldn't beat Shin. Shin is drastically weaker than these guys.
Shin don't move me at all.
Riddell.
Is he?
Riddell.
You can't say with chat. Is he?
Okay. Do y'all think these tree monsters are stronger than Jigen?
No, except Jura. Jura's for sure stronger than Jigen.
So Jura's stronger than Jigen for sure. We don't think the Sasuke one is stronger than Jigen.
Nope.
Oh, you're a capper.
I don't. I'm like.
I've seen
That- I can see No, the Sasuke one, yeah, he didn't have a good outing, but I thought he's way stronger than what the fuck he showed us. I don't. That's what it's like. But I got nothing to support that though. That's what it's like.
No, Radell, you're being nasty. Boruto used his strongest move in his arsenal to beat him. That's not low diff. That's the context.
No, yeah. Nigga used
why is Jura up here and these guys are all the way down here? Why is there such a
well, because obviously there's something unique about him. That like there's something unique. Yeah. We don't know where he incarnated from because it wasn't a person. You understand what I'm saying? So he's different. But I want to keep the context, and I'm not a power scaler. I'm not trying to get into power scaling. Exactly. But to me, if you use your strongest move on somebody, by that definition alone, that's not a no diff. Right?
Yeah. Because you're not wasting your strongest move on it.
Because that same move, that was his gambit against Jura. It didn't work. Boruto said, "Shit, I'm cooked. I don't got nothing left.
He got it.
If this didn't work, it's over." So
fair. It's just weird. I feel like
then Ryu's a bot.
Yeah, I feel like the whole context of like the strength of these characters are all thrown off. Like the only one that was guaranteed, oh yeah, they were like that, was Jigen because he was fighting Naruto and Sasuke. Sure. After Naruto and Sasuke went down, I feel like it's hard to truly scale because we got Himawari battling these things. Like
she can't hang with these.
She can't
hang with that.
Just don't make sense to me, bro. I just feel like the scaling's all off ever since Naruto and Sasuke went down.
For sure. I don't know. It's a mess right now.
No, I know who's who, but
it's like
I feel like he's not doing a good job of making it believable at this point. Because all of these guys are supposed to be stronger than Code, right? Code is I felt like after Jigen was gone, Code was the barometer. That's how they said it.
That's what they said. They said Code no limiters can surpass Jigen.
Code was the barometer. Yeah. So when we come back from the time skip, we see Boruto
basically
greater than Code. We assume he's the strongest in the verse at this point. Code was meant to be the end-all be-all before the time skip, right?
Yeah.
We introduced these tree monsters that are stronger after, and they grab him Code up by his throat.
Oh my god, bro. Ew.
So we know they're above him at the minimum.
Can I question, are they above him or is Jura above him?
Well, it was Ryu that pulled that nigga out by his neck. So I think Ryu
but if
above
Code tried something, Jura was going to beat his ass.
Who?
Jura. I think
any of them could have done it.
I'm not mad at that because that was my perception. I thought these dudes were way stronger than I'm seeing. So I'm like, now I'm kind of bro. Sarada no, yo, I'm pissed that Sarada no dipped one. I'm like, bro, she don't even got MS.
But to be fair, like, okay, I want to give our a little bit of credit. I think Ryu, and I'm going to only apply this logic to only him. That dude is a fucking bot. Like, he has no shred of intelligence at all. Like, they literally lured this dude out the way. He's thinking he made
Miles cooked.
Yeah, Miles will be cooked.
Miles back.
Come back.
He's back.
I'm back. Yeah, okay. He's just talking with them very casually. I just think it's bot antics. And then when Sarada got her little power up, like, he was so encapsulated with the idea of being a bot that he couldn't lock in and get over it and like figure out her power and fight back. I also want to throw in a wrench too. These guys are technically they're infants. They have the appearance of a grown
I'm about
person,
to say, yep.
But they have them except for Jorah. They have the mentality of children. Even Jorah himself, to the extent he had to go to the library and read to kind of catch up, and you know what I'm saying, get that semblance of humanity. So that's why I say it's different.
Ricky was freshly born too, so he's brilliant. He's
the youngest. He was the youngest, right? I'm not gonna give Matsuri any excuse. The love thing, that angle didn't really move me with her kind of falling in love with Konohamaru. Like
it showed they have human emotions. So I guess I was kind of.
But they are infant children trying to figure out themselves. So I can get why they look inconsistent to what they should be. But if I'm with y'all, that should change, right? If they're going to be around for a while, I don't see why they should, but maybe.
I don't know.
I don't see how. That's like I don't see how
I want
you
my
knock
nigga
out Zoro
Amado to
right
pop
now.
out. Amado, pop out and show niggas, man. I know you the end. I know he the big bad. Amado,
Something, bro. Amado don't make sense, bro. It's something about that man.
you
bro.
hearing it here? BSS Open Dojo. I'm locking it in. We're gonna be first with this. I haven't seen no theories or no comments about this. No Reddit, no nothing. Amado is the big bad of the entire series.
I could get with that, man.
And he knows way more about this Otsutsuki lineage and the Otsutsuki god and all of that stuff that he's letting on. And he's using Boruto and Kawaki to clear the table for him. Hopefully, one of them takes the other out. And that's when he's going to step in and ascend in his role as the big bad. Saying it right now, I'm locking it in. I'm sure of it.
I'm not mad.
He should not know this. Like the amount of stuff he knows, there's no way he just walking around as that.
Dave, what took
Something
it to
more
me
to
to the
it.
next level? Oh yeah, all of those clones or all of those people I made to be a part of Kara. Yeah, I just gave them all a random shinjutsu and hope it would awaken one day.
Oh,
Nigga,
so you say he's Shiba, but well, he might be also.
I'm
Why can't he be
like,
Shiba? Why can't he be the best of Shiba?
without saying it, nigga, how the fuck do you have the capability to do that? You just got shinjutsu and you implanted the shit?
See, that's my biggest thing with him. I feel like Boruto just did not do a good enough job for me, other than having Naruto and Sasuke and some of the same characters, for me to feel like this is a continuation of the Naruto series. Because how does this dude exist in the Naruto verse and we did not know until Boruto? He is by far the smartest guy in the entirety of the Naruto verse.
Easily.
And not a mention, no hints of a genius like this guy who's collecting shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why
What
he
village
could be
is this
something
nigga
more.
from? Where's he from?
That's what he could be something.
Like,
That's it could be
come
something
on.
more.
Huh? Say that again.
It could be something more. Like he might not be from Earth.
He could be an alien, which I'll be
That's
like, okay, I'm willing to buy that. Maybe he's one of those Otsutsuki that came here, like Kaguya. I'm willing to buy that, but damn, if he's just a normal person,
That'd be kind
and
of
he just lived,
It
here,
got to be something more than Amado. Like it got to be though.
especially when the Ninja War happened. Where was this dude?
What the fuck? We got Amado. We got the whole Kara, Delta. That would have been a great help. Where are y'all at?
Yeah, Madara would have cooked everybody. Where you at? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. Riddell, yeah. Infinite Tsukuyomi would have fucked them up. Would Jigen have been affected? I'm with you, Riddell.
When did they get there though? I feel like we got it.
Who, Jigen and them?
Yeah.
Remember, when he's first doing his introduction to Naruto and Boruto and them, he says the same role that Kinshiki was for Momoshiki,
But he was for
Kaguya was meant for him. But when they got there, she ambushed him, left him for dead, and then what she was supposed to be doing was going into hiding, but she fell in love. And that's how she had Hagoromo and Hamura, and she kind of lost her way from there. And whatever she did was so catastrophic to Jigen that the nigga had to pick up another nigga's body, and he felt like, Dave, both of y'all, because y'all seen it. I feel like Jigen could have came back and beat Kaguya. I saw him beat Naruto and Sasuke pretty damn easily.
Stronger version.
Mm-hmm. Unless you want to argue that, because people said that peak Naruto, some people argue that Naruto's peak was actually at the war and Sasuke's peak was actually at the war. Well, Sasuke, you could definitely argue because he had a freaking he used all the tail beast for his freaking ability. Sure. But some people argue that because they don't have the orbs with Naruto in particular and all that stuff. My thing is, all right, this is a little bit of a tangent from that, a little bit. I feel like nobody talks about this. When you're taking the full context of everything, Kaguya low-key is a victim. Like, if you really think about it, she came here. She saved humanity. If she didn't fuck over Jigen would have killed everybody.
Sure.
Straight up. Sure. She fell in love. The person she fell in love with turned on her first.
True.
You was a dickhead to her. She crashed out though, and then she had 2 sons, and relatively normal. She became evil because the guy she was with betrayed her and all that stuff. But she wasn't like crazy. She wasn't like trying to destroy everybody despite everything. Then her sons turned on her. See, all right, that was a little bit more of a stretch.
Yeah,
I'm just saying she didn't want to destroy humanity. She was ruling over it, but she didn't want to destroy humanity. So you take into the full count, she saved humanity. She was peaceful with humanity. Humanity turned on her, and then she just led humanity. She was made into a bigger villain than she actually was. That's all I'm saying. There was bigger fish to fry, and Kaguya was not one of them.
Kind of nasty, but I get where Riddell's coming from. Just a little bit on the nasty side. Yeah. It's a little freaky. When them 2 brothers went for that little stroll, and they see all of those bodies wrapped up like that, she was doing some nefarious shit as well.
Was she doing that to prepare for the other Otsuzukis?
Oh, that's also yes.
She's making those the white Zetsu army.
Damn, so she's kidnapping people and holding them hostage and siphoning their chakra for self-defense. W, man. W. No! She evil!
Wait. If she didn't defend herself, then they would have just killed everybody. So, it's one of those means justify the ends type situation.
I'll kill y'all first, so that they don't kill y'all.
For the betterment.
I'll kill some of y'all. That way, the rest of y'all can live. I gotta defend myself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out Kaguya, man. She getting given a bad rap. There's way worse villains than Kaguya.
So. In Naruto, or in general?
In general, in terms of
for sure,
easily,
she's not as pure evil.
Madara's worse than her. Madara's worse than her.
Yeah,
Madara's worse than her.
Shadow Kaguya, man, she needs more respect. Also, the Pacers are up by 20 against the Thunder.
Damn it! Once I took them,
the first half just ended.
What's wrong with Halliburton? Is he hooping now? But what's his injury?
Calf strain, which is you wanna.
He's playing good.
He looks good.
The report said that. He shouldn't really be moving, but someone said, if I'm walking, I'm playing. It's one of those.
KD said the same thing.
It's definitely affecting him, but he could play. He could play.
He doesn't look. It doesn't look too horrible. So it's not one of those things where you worry about the Achilles, but it's like
he's probably hopped up on drugs, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Perk it up.
Should probably not as hell.
Shout out that Kaguya respect, man. You only get it here. Respecting.
Yeah, Pacers getting that Nemhard game this game, so that goes.
Dave, you caught up on One Piece?
Yes.
New chapter that came out today?
No.
Get your bitch back. Get your ass backstage and skim that bitch real quick. Now I know Sauce has seen the spoilers at least. Sauce, salute. We're not at the gaming portion yet, but salute my brother.
We're going.
How you doing, gang?
I'm good, man. Just got off, you know what I'm saying? Chilling. How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. Talking Boruto. You read that chapter?
What, Boruto chapter?
Yeah.
No, haven't read it. I'm a chapter behind, though. I know I am. I just haven't read this one. So
Word. We just got through that. We're about to hop into the One Piece. I know you saw the spoilers, but the chapter actually dropped. Listen, man, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, but I need to push some propaganda first, man. And you see, people know I'm a propagandist, man. It's just certain niggas I got to uphold the torch, the admirals, Blackbeard. Listen, man. Listen. I don't want to hear no more Mihawk this, Mihawk that, Mihawk who, Mihawk when, where, why. He's done.
I'm not quite sure how to help
Alexa,
you.
shut your ass up. I'm not done getting my shit off. I just got confirmation in this week's chapter, and Riddell, I didn't talk about this backstage. I had the stoic face. The propaganda stay with me and end with me. Blackbeard. He scarred a two-handed, in his prime, fully cognizant, not lacking shades. I don't want to hear no Mihawk nothing. Mihawk didn't do no long-lasting damage to the nigga. Mihawk don't got no scars on the nigga. I didn't see nothing that Mihawk did to that nigga Blackbeard. And Blackbeard, no fruit. Not even the darkness. No fruit. The nigga pulled up like Wolverine with the claws and got the job done. We done with Mihawk, man. We done. All right, that's the prop. We can get to the real chapter. We can talk about what really happened in the story. No, you got pushback? What's the push? Please tell me. Because that conversation about Shanks and all of that happened 12 years before Luffy went on his voyage. That's a prime Shanks. Rather, I mean, that was 12 years before Luffy's voyage started. So I want niggas to tell me how Blackbeard with no fruit got more feats than Mihawk. And niggas want to say Mihawk is stronger than all these people. The nigga compared to Joy Boy got scarred by a nigga with no fruit. Make that make sense.
I'm not one of those people who believe that Shanks was stronger when he had 2 arms. I don't believe that. I think at the bare minimum, there was a point. I don't know where that point was. There's a point where he reached his peak with 2 arms, but this could have happened before he even reached that peak. So ultimately, I'm still calling Mickey until I see it.
Only one Mickey.
I'm still calling the Scar Mickey until I see it. But I will say this though. You know, you're gonna have all this energy, all this propaganda. But man, when that nuke falls and Mihawk just shows up and just Himothy all over the place. Miles, where are you?
I got one nigga I'm gonna call.
Miles.
Look, I already got. Yo, Vista, we got a problem, my nigga. Come slide. Simple. We good. Rose Rondo. And they're gonna come through with the Rose Rondo. Nigga, we good. I think what Vista did in the war. I seen it.
A little distraction. Nothing crazy.
Hey, Vista is strong as Joy Boy, my nigga. They said Shanks got Joy Boy level hockey. Nigga, Vista able to pull up and contend with that? Salute.
Man.
That's nasty.
You know.
Salute. They said Mihawk and Shanks even. But if Vista clashing with Mihawk and they even, and Shanks is compared to Joy Boy.
Man, Mihawk, Vista and Mihawk is comparable like Sanji is to Zoro. Let's be honest.
That's not what I read.
That's
not what you read either.
Hey, I saw plenty of fights where Zoro and Sanji were putting in work together and looking even. What the Davy back fight, perfect example. So you know what I'm saying? You know?
Is Zoro stronger than Sanji? I'm not gonna get to that.
Yo,
yes.
Sanji might have dropped. I'm just saying. Wait, you said he is?
Yeah, Zoro's stronger.
Is he?
No, the real question is Sanji stronger than Jinbei? I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, hey man.
During Wano, who was Jinbei fighting?
And I quote, I can't allow Zoro and Jinbei to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Look, hey, I'm not a Sanji hater, so it's like
Sanji heard what the haters were saying, and he had to address it directly. I will say, before we dive into the actual contents of the chapter, I do love how we've kind of seen in recent history how much Oda is kind of keeping tabs on what the fans is kind of saying, right? And he's throwing little gems and crumbs to kind of like know that, nigga, I'm watching. I'm on Reddit. I'm on YouTube. I'm on the shorts. I'm on TikTok. I hear what y'all are saying, and he's kind of making the story a little fun. Even last chapter when he had Gabon throwing the little, actually, I was second strongest. To kind of mirror that kind of Sanji Zoro dynamic between him and Rayleigh, I fuck with it. But Sanji's definitely stronger than Jinbei. I'm not entertaining nonsense. That's nonsense.
Yeah, he is. But them Sanji fans, they're gonna these Sanji haters. They're gonna run with this chapter. They're gonna run with this chapter.
So, unlike the Boruto one, this chapter we got a lot of information. Wasn't really more on the fighting side, more on the information dump side of things. we already talked about the confirmation that it's now a public thing. Zoro has conquerors. Pretty much everybody's going to know. And like I had said previously, whenever we were discuss Zoro, I knew that he was not consciously using it. Even when he fought King, he was not consciously using it. It was happening, right? He had a desire to win, and that's the way it manifested himself. Similar to like Luffy on Marineford when he wanted to save Ace, that type of deal, to a greater effect. Some positive Zoro prop I'm gonna push now because I can't be objective. If this is the level of strength that Zoro has with no knowledge of him having it, it really not being honed and it just leaking out, as they sort of put it, pause, I can only imagine how powerful Zoro is going to be with training. I would even go on a limb to saying that I could see it being a case where Luffy may have more control of his Conqueror's Haki, but Zoro's Conqueror's Haki might be greater. I believe Luffy's will, what he wants to do, his ambition is greater than Zoro's. But for him to be at this stage with no training, when Luffy couldn't even like impose his will on people and knock them out, I feel like that says a lot. How do y'all feel about Zoro and his Haki?
You want to go first, or though?
Well, the one thing I will say is I do think there's a lot of. It's crazy to have even more potential when you're Zoro, considering you haven't really had a hard fight, quote unquote. I know he has to close the gap with Mihawk. I will be disappointed. Again, I've said this before. If it's a situation where the first person we actually see Mihawk fight is Zoro and he loses, I'll be honest, Miles can cook Mihawk and I won't even say anything because that will be buns. It's not. I would not like that. So, with that said, though, there's two interesting questions. If we're projecting that Zoro can get much stronger, first interesting question: will Zoro end the series as the strongest non-Devil Fruit user?
I believe so.
Second question: is Luffy only stronger than Zoro because of Gear 5?
I'm gonna say no, with a caveat. Zoro don't have no mastery over his Haki, and that's why
I'm saying eventually. So this is projection. My projection is Zoro does master it.
Sure.
And then obviously Luffy is who he is. Luffy got probably the most broken fruit or the most important fruit in One Piece. Is Luffy really only stronger than Zoro because of his Devil Fruit?
I'm gonna mental gymnastics my way to say no. But I'm really not sure, because this idea of him not knowing he has conquerors and him getting to this level is kind of wild to me.
And
like using ACOG with no knowledge is crazy. That's crazy.
And if he does master it, and like once he does, obviously he will. Like, there's no telling what he's gonna be able to do. So like Miles said, I don't know the answer to that question, and I really don't want to say an answer because I would be hurt. And Zoro's my favorite, and I don't want to say yes. Like, I don't want to. Like, so yeah, crazy.
Looks like Zoro fans are eating from this chapter.
Oh, for sure.
And you know what's funny, Riddell? I feel like Zoro fans are eating and don't even know it. Everybody's so stuck on the Sanji shit that they're not understanding the implications of Zoro.
I knew it off rip. Like, you feel me? You know, I was talking shit about Sanji. Like, I'm up. I am up.
I respect it. I'm not one to tax people because they have Devil Fruits, because that doesn't really make sense for the context of what One Piece is. But I do think it's interesting how the strongest characters in One Piece, for the most part, like Go Roger, Shanks, Rayleigh, a lot of them don't have Devil Fruits. So I don't know what that really says.
It goes both sides, though. Because I'll raise you Kaido, Sengoku, Garp. I mean, not Garp, but Garp. Sengoku. I meant. Who else? Big Mom was up there in her prime. Blackbeard.
I'm not mad at what you're saying. Like,
Whitebeard.
some of the strongest do include the Devil Fruit users, but in the era of Roger, The
Yeah.
two strongest were people without devil fruits, Garp and Roger.
For
We don't know about Rocks. Rocks is going to be a question mark. We'll see.
But Whitebeard.
Yeah.
I thought
saying.
Roger was strong. Gold Roger was stronger than Whitebeard. But
It
all
was-
right,
But
let me
he still was two,
entertain
though.
this because I do think this is
Oh,
interesting.
sorry.
Let me entertain this. Do you think it? You probably will agree to this, but I do think this is interesting. Do you think it's more impressive the fact that Garp and Roger were as strong as these broken ass devil fruits without a devil fruit?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh,
What was the question?
And the reason why he said, do we think it's more impressive that Roger and all of these dudes were able to get as strong as they were without a devil fruit?
You go ahead, This that you said no. You go ahead.
I'm gonna say no because based upon what Kaido said, Haki are greater than fruits. So I'm giving more credit to the niggas with fruits getting that far because they're the ones fighting with a quote unquote disadvantage and they're able to contend. So slight tangent, but not really because it relates. A nigga whose stocks that I have really high in my regard is Shiki. Shiki had no Conqueror's Haki at all. He had only a devil fruit. And narratively, he's constantly compared to Whitebeard and Roger as I'm not gonna say a distant third, but he's in the same regard as them. And when he was originally defeated, it took Garp and Sengoku simultaneously fighting him to take him down. To me, with what we know about Haki's the end all be all, it transcends all. For two of the strongest niggas in the verse to fight a nigga with no Conqueror's Haki to take him down, that's a crazy feat. It's one of the greatest feats in the series.
my counter to that though
Okay.
is I feel like they've really established you really have to train hockey like a lot. I'm not saying you could just get a broken devil fruit and become strong. That's obviously ridiculous. But you do have a large advantage when you are giving broken ass devil fruit for sure.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
I think
Dre, what's up, Dre?
I think the end game is more hockey based, but and what's the miles? I think the start, like, let's say it's a regular person, they get a devil fruit. I think their ceiling is way higher. Their floor is way higher. Should I say?
Yes,
floor.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how it works. The floor.
Which I agree with that, but what I'm trying to get at is
Before you go, like, think of this, right? If Zoro ends up being just as strong as Luffy by the end of the series, that means he had to train his hockey way more than Luffy. And Luffy has the most important fruit in the series.
sure, but based off what we know, because he trained his hockey to that level, it invalidates his fruit. And that's the point I'm getting at, right? There's no way a devil fruit, other than Blackbeard's, I guess, can completely invalidate the other fighter. But you get what I'm saying? Luffy can't invalidate, or Mihawk, I guess, because he can invalidate, Shanks. Because Shanks can invalidate observation hockey. Other than that, devil fruit users have no way to equalize the playing field with a hockey user, while a hockey user can quite literally cancel anything their fruit can do. Right?
I'm fine with that. But the people we're talking about all can use hockey too. Like Luffy at the end of the day, it's still he has Conqueror's hockey as well. He has future vision. So the fact that it's even plausible with the most broken fruit, future vision, and probably end game one of the strongest Conqueror's hockey, to even imagine he has all of that and Zoro catching up to him.
That's what Zoro's supposed to do.
But he just didn't have as much as Luffy did. And he was able to reach that level. Like from the ground up, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. I'm like Riddell. I'm with you. But that's what he's supposed to do.
Oh no, fine. But I'm just saying it's super. I don't
think it's impressive. I don't think it's impressive.
You don't think it's impressive?
No, I would argue Luffy getting to the point that he did with his fruit is harder than Zoro training his. Zoro with no knowledge is advanced Conqueror's hockey. That's crazy.
He's Timothy.
With zero knowledge. So I'm saying this is what he's supposed to do. He literally has an unknown level of mastery with a variable that it's not like it lessens the fruit. It invalidates the fruit. Your fruit is it, and Kaido says that. I don't give a fuck how ridiculous your power is. I learned from Roger that hockey transcends all, so your fruit don't matter. All these niggas got to the highest pinnacle with no fruit. Fruit don't mean nothing. So no, I don't think training conquers hockey like is an impressive feat as a person who's getting it out the mud with a double fruit. I don't. They have a disadvantage. You can't throw Seastone on a nigga. You can't throw Seastone on a nigga that got hockey.
I hear you. I guess the only difference here is I'm really focused on the people who also have hockey. Because based on, I agree with you. If someone is able to naturally use hockey and then someone just gets a devil fruit, personal hockey every single time.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone is a natural born, like I would argue Luffy's a natural born hockey user as well, and also got the most broken devil fruit, and Zoro still caught up to him. I don't know, man. I feel like that I think that says a lot about Zoro. Surprising, I guess not surprisingly.
But I do got a question about the what y'all think about them saying that Zoro was leaking hockey. Do y'all think that's that's the thing because he didn't train his hockey, or it's just a normal thing?
So what at least I had said earlier, Dre, I think that's a positive feat for Zoro because we've seen other characters and the level they've been able to reach when they unconsciously use Conqueror's hockey, right?
Yeah.
So we saw Doflamingo. He knocked out all of those people that were going to kill his family. We saw Luffy knock out the Marines at Marineford unconsciously. You know what I'm saying? Zoro unconsciously is using advanced Conqueror's hockey. That's insane.
Crazy.
No. My thing is the him leaking it regularly, him leaking advanced Conquerors. I want to know if that's a normal thing or do y'all think that's a normal thing? Or
I think that comes
that's
from
a
him
Zoro thing.
Or
he
don't know, he don't got his advanced Conquerors trained enough to keep it inside of his body or whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's because he doesn't have control over it yet. And once he masters it, he'll be able to. But also that comes from him when he would try to master the black blade and shit. So he was exerting a lot of his hockey into the blades, and I think that caused his leakage. So now he has to understand how to control it and put it back into his body. And I think that would be cool to see, in my opinion.
I'm concerned it's going to become a little Mickey, though. I'm concerned because if it's a situation where, again, Zoro becomes really powerful because he just naturally was using Advanced Conqueror's hockey, something we have not seen before in One Piece, then Oda may use this as a means to equate him to Mihawk immediately. That's one thing I'm concerned about. And two, I don't know how I would feel about someone with this much, I'm going to say talent, because we know Luffy has talent, but we attribute a lot of Luffy's talent to also his lineage. He is Dragon's son, Garp's grandson. He's a D-Clan member. He was chosen by the fruit that Joy Boy used. He was mentored by Shanks. Of course, Luffy's going to be this guy. Zoro, in all intents and purposes, was a normal-ish swordsman. For him to have this much talent, and it looks like we're not really going to get a backstory from Zoro, I don't know how I would feel about that one. That one would be a little weird to me.
Most likely, we probably will get a backstory soon.
We already did Wano.
We got it, though.
Yeah, in Wano, huh?
The SBS.
What did the SBS say? Oh yeah, you told me. Oh,
we know his whole family tree. We know his dad, his mom. We know everything.
That backstory is lame.
I don't know.
Look up. I think it's SBS Volume 4 or 5. His dad's name is Pin Zoro.
His dad
And
was
Zoro
a
is
bum,
crazy.
though. Like his dad was fodder.
His dad was a pirate. He was trash. And then his mom was she was either a daughter or a niece or some regard of somebody from the Shimotsuki family. So Zoro's real ancestry is that of he comes from Ryuma. He's a descendant of Ryuma. So he has the lineage and everything himself. It's just it took Zoro just time to get through it. But we've seen Zoro have like crazy hockey feats like throughout the series that I'm not surprised that he's doing what he's doing. I'm just surprised that he was able to get to advanced conquerors hockey with no knowledge or formal training.
But that's the part, because everything else is like he's strong, he trained really hard. They make that dude's like fucking shoulder pressing
5,000 times.
Like, he trains crazy.
Yeah.
But there's no amount of training that could have allowed him to use advanced conquerors hockey without knowing. That
it's
in
crazy.
The context of One Piece is ridiculous.
It is.
We've never seen that before. So Zoro had that's why it's not clicking for like who Zoro is and what he just did.
I got a question that just popped up in my head because the backstory say he's a descendant from Wano and stuff. Did what's that nigga name? Damn, the person who had his sword before him,
right?
Ryuma.
Yeah,
no, not Ryuma.
It's somebody else. I know
from
the
Wano.
sword.
It's the nigga that looked like Zoro but got blue hair from Wano. I don't know. I don't remember his name though.
Also, yeah, him too, and also who put the slash on Kato, the scar on him?
Oh, Odin. You talking about Odin?
Yeah. So
yeah,
did Odin know that he was using Conqueror's Haki before?
Yeah.
Okay. So my thing is maybe it has something to do with the lineage of Wano, why he does have Conqueror's Haki and why he was able to use it like that. Maybe. I don't know. But it could be a theory.
I don't know.
It does seem like it's hereditary. Go ahead, Dre.
I don't know because Odin seemed like a guy that don't care about like none of that, like conquers like that.
Nah, he had it. He's confirmed. He's confirmed as a hockey user.
Yeah, yeah. We know that he is, but like to like know that he has it and develop it. I don't think that he seems like a person that like
train,
like actually care about it. Like he knows he have it just like Zoro, but like he never trained it. It seemed like that.
So I'm gonna push back. One, I don't think it's possible for him to scar Kaido without it. I don't think it's possible. That's the first thing. Two, we kind of saw when him and Whitebeard fought, and they both had the Conqueror's Haki clash. Whitebeard was so. I don't think you can match evenly with Whitebeard without training. He matched equally with Whitebeard to the point where Whitebeard got mad and said, "Fuck hockey! I'm punching this nigga with the fruit. Fuck that shit. Who the fuck is this nigga?" Right? And then three, Odin completed the entire voyage of One Piece. He saw the One Piece. He got to the final island. What that's implicating to me is they ran into Holy Knights. They ran into a whole lot of people to where him, as I guess he would be the fourth strongest nigga on the ship. I believe, and there's no way that he was around Rayleigh, Gabon, and Roger, and they didn't teach the nigga nothing. And vice versa. I believe he taught them something too. You get what I'm saying? There's no way.
But he seemed like a he seemed like a guy like how Luffy is that I don't care about it, but like I'm gonna dive straight in. Like I'm gonna use it, but like I don't care about it.
So I would say Roger's the same way. Do you think of Roger in that same grain?
They're
more practical users of hockey.
I don't know nothing about Roger. That's the thing. Like we know a little bit about Odin.
I saw Divine Departure. That's all I had to see.
He definitely knew how to.
That's all I had to see.
He definitely knew how to use that shit.
And then when we saw Shanks use it, it's kind of confirmed that was a hockey attack. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Odin. If the old man was able to teach Luffy to kind of get the idea of how to use conquerors, I think Odin. Odin knew.
Yeah, the same guy that was on the cruise. Yeah.
Now, that was a good discussion. I can't believe that Zoro's Haki, that took up a lot of time. I appreciate y'all. To continue on with the chapter, a lot of it is them constantly kind of getting Loki out his chains. To the point where Luffy's kind of offering a loophole to get Loki out them chains by saying, "Yo, join the crew."
Right.
When I'm reading the spoilers,
Real
go ahead,
quick,
Riddell.
before I just thought of it while I was, doing my thing. The only way I'll be okay with Zoro unconsciously using Conqueror's Haki. You ready? You ready for this, Miles? Because you're gonna be pissed about what I'm about to say.
All right, what's up?
Is during his training with Mihawk, Mihawk unlocked it.
What, Mihawk unlocks Conquerors?
For
No,
Zoro.
for Zoro. Like him
And it
fighting.
was unlocked the whole time and Zoro didn't know?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the worst writing Oda ever did.
And you know what? You know what that would have to mean too?
What's up?
That boy Mihawk has Conquerors.
Well, now I would automatically lose the bet and I won't lie.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope that don't happen.
Exactly.
I hope that don't happen because I don't believe that Mihawk has it. But if they add Riddell, I don't like potential unlock from Dragon Ball Z. If they put potential unlock in One Piece, I'll be that's basically the same thing. I'd be displeased.
I feel like it's the same as him just randomly unlocking it in a fight with Kaido and Big Mom.
No,
so
Mihawk saying, "Let me unlock your hockey for you."
No.
That's nasty.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, them like training
in a training match.
It pops up like,
and it's been leaking ever since.
Yeah.
But
he had no one who was strong enough for him to use it again. Like, think about his opponents.
But we kind of knew yet.
Zoro only fights bums, so I'm with you on that part. Only fights bums.
So Zoro was pushed to the limit by Mihawk. He activated it. He had it the entire time, and it wasn't until he fought someone on par with Mihawk.
So King. Wait. You've heard it here first on BSS Open Dojo. Riddell and King as strong as Mihawk.
I thought he unlocked it with Big Mom and Kaido.
Listen, man, but he was using it against King too, so it still applies, my nigga. So it's King.
I might as well use it.
It's King as strong as Mihawk.
I like that. He might have.
He was pushing him to
No.
It was no. Hey, actually, you know what? You know what? This might help. Actually, Zoro he had to try really hard. You want to know why? His body was basically broken. All of it was broken. So he had to weaken him so much.
Plus, he didn't.
It works. King
I like this. I like this. I actually like this theory a little bit. I like this.
Plus, he didn't even know how to defeat King at the first. He had to actually think. He had to actually use his brain.
All his bones were broken, and this dude won't get out of the sky. He was getting pissed. I'm like, yo, all right, I'm about to crash out, and he crashed out.
I don't realize how much this helped me so much. But that means Zoro don't fight nothing but bums. So I'm good. I'm good with this theory. Zoro only fights bums. That's why he can't use his potential. I like that. Appreciate you. Back to the chapter. In short, because I don't want to be long-winded, they're doing all these mental gymnastics to kind of get Loki free, right? Based off what we kind of been reading these last couple of chapters, it's become very obvious that there's more to the story of Harold's death, and it touches on it in this chapter. Do y'all believe that Hydra Dean should stop being stubborn and just let Loki go free?
Yes.
And they worry about what happens with Loki after? Are y'all kind of in that same boat?
Yeah.
For sure?
Yeah.
As a brother, I feel like I know he was getting bullied. I understand. Okay. But I feel like you should understand when your brother is telling the truth.
You got
or when it's something deeper than what's really, the truth at the moment. I just think he should trust him, but obviously he don't want to. So, but I think he's definitely tripping though, in my opinion.
You should be able to trust Luffy and them also, at least trust them to if he do get out of control or whatever, they strong enough.
Luffy Gabon told him, "Yo, free
Gabon that
Loki."
too. Exactly.
My thing is, at that
too many
once Gabon says
people.
it, yeah.
Too many powerful people are there. Too many.
Well, I'm also not upset that upset at Hajridin, considering he thought Loki killed his dad, and Loki was a dick to him.
Nigga, boss up, nigga. Don't talk about how you was treated.
Guy beating my ass every day. Also killed my
dad. Up, nigga.
We're men. Be logical.
Boss up, nigga.
Be logical, bro.
Nah, Riddell. He the big brother. Boss up, nigga.
Man, this one.
You big bro.
Big bro ends up 5'5", little bro ends up 6'8". Oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Nigga, you gotta beat his ass before you grow taller than you.
Yeah, you gotta be fearful, or you want his revenge. I don't know. Would you want to risk it? Yeah, it's tough.
Fast forward, and I'm gonna kind of show an image on screen real quick here. We get to kind of see a flashback between like Loki and Ja Rule, them pretty much approaching the castle. They're going through the motions, regular shit, right? Loki was at sea. We know that he did take up piracy for a little bit. So he was at sea. And he came back home. It was kind of alluded to us. We thought that Shanks was the one that was kind of responsible for beating his ass and bringing them back. No, Loki was able to go out to sea, rampage, and come back pretty much, like a G. He just came back home. He's kind of pulling up to go see his pops, and when he walks in, I'm gonna pull up the picture. He walks in and sees this, and we should be fine to share this. I don't think this is anything.
Crazy. Yeah, it should be fine. I just want to show one panel real quick.
He walks up and he sees this, and he sees this scene with all of those soldiers being stabbed, right? So at a glance, it just looks like him being betrayed. But I pointed out, if you look here, and you look here, and you look here, it looks very reminiscent to what we saw Dory and Bragi look like after they got turned. My question to the gentleman on the panel here is, do y'all think I'm on the right track? And if so, why do you think that he was turned? Or what do you think is the story behind this? What have y'all kind of pieced together? What do y'all think?
Well, just looking at that, that's the first thing that I thought about was the domain reversal. To your second question, though, why do I think it happened? Maybe he tried to push back against Elbaf getting taken over by Emu. So that's my most obvious guess. But other than that, I don't know. So
for sure. Dre, got anything?
I think kind of similar. Think we know that.
What'd you say?
Is it cooked? Damn, he might be cooked. Oh, he's back.
You were lagging.
I'm lagging still?
You said a whole lot of stuff that we didn't hear, so they start from the beginning.
I'm lagging still? Oh, I'm sure.
No, you're fine now.
Oh, I said he's very similar. His idol is Rocks. So I think, and both of them don't like the government. So from what we know of, I'm very sure that his outlook on the government is very strange, and whatever had happened between him, his dad, and his brother versus against Emu whenever that happened is the reason why I think the way that I think about this situation.
For sure. I want to also add to the caveat, this is going to be kind of a little bit political. We're going to talk about some unfair imprisonment. So in this chapter, we learn that both Gabon and Gabon and Shanks, they were both in Elbaf at the time of this all happening, right? So they just came through and they just locked Loki up. And now we're kind of getting a concession from Gabon where he's kind of like, maybe we didn't have all of the details at the time and we kind of just took Loki in. How would y'all feel being imprisoned all of these years? And niggas didn't even know for sure if it was you or not. They just came and apprehended you.
I mean,
I guess it was like 14, right?
Yeah, 14 years in prison.
I guess it really just depends on what was Loki's response. So the interesting thing about this situation is that one, if you really think about all those people stabbing Harold, bro, they're fodder. There's no way they killed Harold. So I'm guessing they stabbed him, and then Jarul and Loki are the ones who actually beat him.
Oh wait, even that many people stabbing him all at once, it was quite a few people.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I think it's possible that one thing I was thinking about is maybe Harold was trying to hold back a little bit. It's like, yo, take me out right now. And he just stood there and allowed them to do what they had to do. I'm unsure. But one thing I do know is that there's a reason why Loki's blamed for it. And there's a reason why Harold knows what's going on. And not Harold, Jarul knows what's going on. And there's a reason why Emu's after Jarul and wants to kill him. So
I have a question for you, Riddell.
What?
Given this little bit of extra context, are you on board that Mosa is Ja Rule?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think you hit it right on the money. That is Jarul, for sure. With that said, there might be a threshold of the people you can turn into these demons, and maybe people as strong as Harold, Emu found out, like, yeah, I turned him, but he was resisting enough, and maybe Jarul also could resist, and that left enough of a window for Loki and Jarul to take him out, and Emo got pissed, and a lot of that stuff happened, and that they didn't want to reveal it to everybody else because he was the benevolent king, whatever. And Loki took the rap from it. It's possible that Loki's okay with what happened to an extent, but I just think that Loki didn't reveal everything that had happened to Shanks and Gamon, because even now they're like, okay, what happened? And he's still not saying anything until it's like, bro, tell me what happened. He's finally saying what happened. So it's possible that, yeah, wrong guy, but they didn't know for sure, and then Loki didn't tell the truth. So that's where I'm at with it. You should be more mad at Jarul than Loki, to be honest.
Should I?
Because he knew that he was innocent. If your theory's right, he knew he was innocent, and that's why he felt guilty the entire time, was being his friend the entire time.
I have an easy cop out.
What?
He has amnesia from getting cracked upside his head with this.
Yeah. Yeah. I would hate, yo. Oda goes to amnesia too often, bro.
He got cracked upside his head, and that nigga can't think straight, but he knows something's off, and that's why he's cool with Loki. But I'm glad you. Go ahead, Dre.
The government, in One Piece, they sway the media crazy every time. Sure. No matter what's the situation, they sway the media crazy, and we only get to find out until we get to that island or somebody tell us the situation.
The boy Morgan's, man, Mr. Clickbait himself.
Which is crazy because they don't like Morgans either, and I feel like he's always helping them niggas. So why don't they fuck with him? I'm very
interested in Morgans because I want to know like why he has that much freedom and control to do that shit.
Who he is? Why don't he ever turn his fruit off? He's always in his pelican form.
You know what I'm saying? Like
what's up with him?
A lot of questions.
That might be a crazy reveal when it happens.
Like who he really is. I wonder how long he's been alive.
That's a great question.
You know what I mean?
Wasn't there's a character? There's two characters that we're still yet to meet. There's one with the eye patch, right? The one that Oda.
Yeah. So Oda said when we see a character with an eye patch, we'll know the story is very close to being finished.
That okay. And then a character, something with flame.
The man marked by flames.
Yeah,
we don't know who that is. But picture if that nigga Morgan's turned his fruit off and it's him. Or some stupid shit like that.
That's what I'm thinking. Like maybe there's a reason why we never see his human form.
He got burnt. He got burned. He got scars being burned. Maybe.
Fourth quarter, Pacers are up by 30.
Okay, cool.
Brother,
Game 7.
really might do something crazy.
So this is gonna be game 7.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, see.
Bro,
What, 3
Ben
days?
Shepherd is in the game. He just hit a 3. That's how much they beating that ass.
Oh shit.
30? So is Shea playing bad? I don't have the game on.
I haven't. I've been only tuning in and out. I haven't been paying too close attention. I know TJ McConnell has been balling though.
Dre, I know you've been watching. Shea been hooping?
No, I have not been watching. But every time
wow.
I watch, every time I look at the game, he's making a shot when he lost.
Oh, Shea? Yeah. So it's not him. I guess maybe the Case and Wallace demon shooting went away.
Yeah, J-Dub still like doing his stuff where he usually do get to the rim.
Interesting. I wonder how Hallie's.
Yeah, they're playing defense. They're playing defense and their shot making is crazy.
Who, the Pacers right now?
Yes. Like they're playing defense and their shot making is crazy.
I'll say this once and I'll say it again.
They're at home too, right? Real quick.
Yeah.
They're at home?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. If the Pacers win this series, we're about to get down to business about that boy Shea. We're about to get to business about that boy Shea. I'm just saying. About to rewatch some tape. About to rewatch some tape. And you know, I'm gonna put it out there that if the Pacers win, we'll get down to business. That's what I'm saying.
This man ready to hate.
If he's been playing good, how much business can we get to?
Not every game though. Every game.
But I'm saying for the most part, I'm not saying every game. But I'm saying if for the most part he's been more of a positive, how much can we really say about him? Because last game he balled out, for example.
For him and J-Dub.
Yeah.
Serious.
It was really for a quarter. Like he was iffy.
And game
then like he turned up.
Game 3 turned up on the 4th. Or game 4, I think. Game 4, yeah. So my thing is serious ball talk. We can analyze it and go like, yeah, Shea wasn't the reason they lost. But I always have to bring it back to the disgusting narratives that happened last finals. And if we're going to nitpick a deficiency, one thing I said coming into this, if the Thunder lose the finals, am I allowed to talk about Shea's playmaking? That's one thing that I said. I just asked the question. And people got mad at me for asking the question.
You can, but like I don't think it's like
it's like you just
so
it's like you're not picking at like you're not picking at something that he's bad at. You're just picking at the weakest part of his game, and it's like
he's okay. He's
it's like okay, I guess, but like that's not who he is. So like take it or leave it. Like I don't know. Like let me see. Like who's somebody like I know like J Kidd wasn't gonna give me no 3-point shooting early in his career, but I'm gonna take it or leave it though, because that's J Kidd. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm really gonna focus on the narrative talkers. Real ball analysis. You already know I could deep dive all that stuff, but that's not what I'm trying to do. Not when people. I'm
with you.
You like me with the One Piece propaganda. He's trying to push prop. That's all he's looking for.
Yeah, me too.
Sure. Because the nastiness that I heard about Luka last finals, I need my get back. So,
but it does gonna be brought up though that he is playmaking.
Nah,
so
but Luka got like that was bad. Like that's different. That was bad.
It wasn't different. The rest of the team was way worse than the Thunder. None of them could do anything on offense.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like that defense was so like.
That's not why they lost. Not even close, bro. That's why
it was both sides of their ball.
You cap.
There was very much both sides.
The reason why the Mavs their offense could not score. Kyrie was bad. One.
We know that
the rest of everybody else couldn't hit shots or couldn't create offense.
Damn, Gage is going crazy.
$2 super chat from Sauce is up here. Rematch drop. We on that tonight? Is it since you're on it? And we got to get off this sports tangent because now we're done. You got to edit the One Piece part of the thing. That's your so it's your fault, so you can't get mad.
Yeah.
But real quick, rematch drop. We on that tonight. Borrow mode. Sauce. My question to you is it cross-platform?
That's why we got Google Mouse. Give me 1 second.
Okay, cool. Because I'm gonna buy it regardless, but I'll buy it on PlayStation if it's at least cross-plat between PlayStation and Xbox. But if it's not cross-plat at all, I'm gonna just get it on my computer.
Why is there a
But
rollout game or something?
Does not offer crossplay.
It's a new soccer game.
Oh, rematch.
Yeah.
A new
Does not offer
soccer
crossplay.
anime game or just a new soccer game?
No,
It's a
Soccer.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Sauce. No, because we both know the same info. You can go ahead and bring it to the table. Go ahead.
Yeah, so rematch. It's a soccer game, 5v5, like street balls. Well, it's kind of like a Rocket League, but it's actual soccer though, and it's made by the creators of Sifu, so it's real fluid gameplay. Because Sifu had real fluid fighting gameplay, real fluid. So I'm looking forward to playing it, seeing the mechanics and stuff. And I saw Afro Senju play it online, like the beta, on YouTube, and it looks good. It looks real.
It was early access for a while. There's niggas who had a lot of clips up on Twitch, shorts. It looks amazing. Niggas doing crazy combos, bouncing that bitch off the wall. It looks fire.
Bicycles is fire.
Oh, we talking like.
But yeah, Maj, did you hear me though?
Okay.
You said no.
Yeah, no, yeah. Unfortunately,
Not even between consoles.
No, not at all.
Bro, I hate when they do that.
Jesus
Also,
Christ.
the Thunder just set all their starters, so game over.
Okay.
Yeah, game over for sure.
Last One Piece thing, so that we can before we pivot to our main topic, the game in Mount Rushmore. Call of Duty is going to be elevated very highly. We're going to fight over it if y'all disagree. The last thing I want to bring up. Oh, I took mine. I want to bring up this. So in this chapter, we see that during this commotion with Harold getting killed, all of that good stuff going on. Well, not really good stuff. All of that bad stuff going on. There's somebody sneaking up and nabbing the treasure of Elbath. So I'm going to share how I feel first because it honestly confused me. We know Loki has a fruit, right? Which makes him believe that he is a sun god.
Mm-hmm.
We know Luffy is the sun god. What the fuck was stolen?
Well, I'm actually now I'm re-looking at it. Take it off the screen real quick.
Sure.
Harold died in that moment, so I take back what I said about
I'm gonna read this chapter right quick.
Jarul and Loki doing something because they said Harold died, and then they're getting attacked by somebody. So maybe the soldiers in there. Why would they attack? Unless Loki crashed out, started killing everybody, put the sword through Ja Rule's head, and then took the fruit. That's the only way this makes sense to me. And if if based off your question, it has to be a mythical zone. And I mean, it's Loki. So you can go mythical zone, Fenrir, the wolf, or the snake, and just give him. Shit, Loki has so many powers, bro.
I would lean more towards the snake only because in Norse mythology, I'm pretty sure the snake ate the sun. I think that's like a canon event in Norse mythology in Ragnarok. The snake eats the sun, and that's what I believe could make him believe he has governance over the sun. Because Loki very much believes he is the sun god, even though we know he doesn't have the fruit, right? So I'm with you on the snake thing. My thing is, because I've actually seen some theories about this, where it was like maybe somebody stole it, then somehow who stole it, then Shank stole it, and then that's how it got back to Luffy. My thing is there 3 fruits? Is there 2? Was there only 1? I feel like this story is getting kind of muddy now. Is this Loki? If it is, why is he a silhouette? Since we already know who Loki is there somebody new? How does it all play into Harold's death? I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa.
This one nigga's death is like, just tell us already. It just makes the story more and more confusing.
So you think this is possibly the gum fruit?
It could be.
it would work within the timeline, and also Shanks got a hold of it. Or you said who got a hold of it first?
Because Shanks got it from Who's Who.
Yes,
They stole it from Who's Who. But my thing is, Shanks is on the island while this event is happening. Maybe it could have been stolen, and Shanks being who he is, I'll throw another caveat in. At this point in time, he got the world government mark on his arm. He could have been enlisted by the world government to go get it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe when he gets to Dawn Island, go ahead.
Shanks did say he wanted to talk to Harold privately. Maybe it's because of the devil fruit. But I don't think he's working with the world government because he also said he wanted to speak to him privately off of the Holy Island. Maybe he's trying to tell him they're after the devil fruit now.
For sure.
I'll put a lot of things. I don't know how Who's Who plays into this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even.
Is he a bum? Jim Bay just beat him. He a bum. He a bum. Straight.
He is.
But wait, no, I know why Who's Who plays in it. Because Who's Who was CP9. That's why.
Oh, so technically the government is on the island right now. Because the government went to meet Harold.
Yes.
But we're assuming to be there because she's the one who donned my reverse side. She has to be the one who donned my reverse side. Unless,
or it could have been a double plot where it's like, okay, we subjugate Elbath and we get the fruit because we know the history of the Gum Gum fruit. I'm pretty sure Joy Boy was a giant. I think that's all but confirmed. We have the giant straw. I think he's a giant. I think the Gum Gum fruit was like their coveted item. So it could be in the forefront. We're working with Harold. Maybe Harold says, no, I don't want us to join the government. And she turns him like, okay, I'm going to force you to join. While all that's happening, CP9 is enlisted with getting the fruit and getting out. My whole issue is the Shanks double agent stuff might be a little bit more true than he's walking in and out of Mary Joie. Niggas is not giving a fuck. He's talking to kings and shit in Mary Joie. Like, was he tasked with getting the fruit on the side of the world government, or did he do it out of pride for the people of Elbath? That's just another question that we're going to have to wait to get answers to at this point.
Also, when maybe the officials will clear some things up. Now I'm looking at what Gabon is talking to Shanks, and maybe we're kind of being thrown off a little bit with like Harold dying, quote unquote. The way Gabon talked to Shanks, he said, do you know Harold? He's the king of Elbath. The people think of him like a god. And then we saw him at the end where he's basically a bad person. And then they're trying to tell us he's benevolent. And they're trying to show us that the people killed him. What if he's actually just a bad guy? And that in this situation, the people rose up to take out Harold because he was about to betray the Giants. And maybe that was the plan Emu was talking about the entire time, where the Giants were going to be enslaved by the Celestials. Elbath's most beloved king. Yeah, I feel like that they're throwing us off here because we were saying the Domai reverse eye stuff, but it's also possible that he's just a bad guy and maybe he accepted it. It was like, team up, give me this power. I'm going to enslave everybody for you.
Oda's a crafty one. The nigga's crafty with the way he tells his story. I will say, since Egghead, though, this particular podcast has been cooking on theories, so I'm sure there's something that we've said thus far that's going to be correct. I'm just banking on it at this point. Pretty much everything we've thrown out has indirectly kind of been right. I thought Gunko was related to Emu. Emu possessed him. That's good enough for me. I knew she had a correlation with Emu somehow, and it came true. Me and Riddell both cooked on the mark on the arm. That's true. This podcast has been cooking when it comes to One Piece content. Anything else One Piece related? Any prop? Or can we move on to the main topic?
Well, I guess the last thing is a sneaky little quote that I'm sure people are dissecting. Gabon saying to Shanks, he's the child of destiny.
It's not, though.
What does that mean? Because, okay, what he said verbatim is that he's the child of destiny Wait, hold on. Let me try to grab the exact quote. Yeah, here it is. You were a child of destiny. You were a child of destiny. So it could be more than one. But let's not dwell on tricky topics today. So there's something
Who did he
with.
say this to?
He said that to Shanks.
Gabon said that's a Shanks.
So could it be because? Could it be his family lineage? Because we still don't know much about Shanks, Shamrock, and the Fergoland stuff.
I have one more piece of propaganda to push. That's a joke. It's not a joke. I'm seriously joking. Y'all know Shanks is stronger than Roger, right? Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how. On Egghead, when they undid the knot, right? They undid the knot, and the hockey was let forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Joy Boy's hockey.
Mm-hmm.
The first person they thought to draw parallel with was Shanks, right? Now, at that point in time, there was no way you could have known that they met Roger or Whitebeard or any of these other people who would have been in their prime to pretty much know them in order to draw the parallel between them. Instead, on this chapter, Gabon just said that they met Dorian Bragi on Little Garden. If they met Gabon, that means they met Roger. They didn't compare Roger to Joy Boy. They said this hockey's like Shanks. Could Shanks right now be greater than Roger, the king of the pirates?
I have two responses to that.
Sure.
First one, I think more than likely they were comparing that to the strongest person alive.
That's fair.
So that's why I brought what I
maybe.
Because like out of everybody who has hockey this strong, well, the one thing that definitely says though is that Dragon doesn't have hockey as strong as Shanks.
Do they know Dragon?
I don't know. That's a good point. Second thing.
They know Roger though.
They do, but he is dead.
True.
Now, if Whitebeard was alive and they still said Shanks, that says something about Whitebeard. I'm not gonna lie. But he's not. Whitebeard is dead, and Roger's dead. Second thing, I just remembered this. So remember our conversation when we were talking about Shanks?
Sure.
One thing that we were talking about is, bro, Shanks is like a prodigy. Like he's ridiculous if you really think about who he is.
Yeah.
And this basically solidifies what we've been saying, that Shanks is way more important than we expected. Because we're alluding to that fact, everything that Shanks is connected to. Now he's being called the child of destiny. So I'm curious to see how they're going to play this out. Because I think some people were talking about in the Discord, was he supposed to be what Luffy is right now? And then he just gave it to Luffy or allowed Luffy to be that? Or is there something else to this entire situation? Because throughout everything that One Piece is, even though it's Luffy's journey, Shanks had a role to play in so much of everything that is going on. So, and he's already been to the One Piece, but he doesn't want it. Why?
Oh, no, Shanks never won it.
He didn't? Oh, he could have, but he didn't go.
Buggy got sick, so he stayed with Buggy, and they left him behind.
Okay.
But he can't go get it, though.
But he knows. I think he kind of knows where it is. He would. Well, actually, he said recently, all right, it's time to go get it.
That nigga hasn't gotten it yet.
So, also, man, this guy is a real friend, bro. I'm not gonna lie. His friendship with Buggy, you gotta respect it. Because Buggy's a nobody, and he just wants to take Buggy everywhere.
He really fucks with Buggy. I don't know why.
I don't know why he would fucking with him so much, but shout out with Buggy.
Even on Marine for it. Hey, my boy, I got you that treasure map. Buggy, hey, fuck you, nigga. And then Shanks just like, that's my dog. Like,
why?
It's a weird friendship. Like, oh man.
That's all for One Piece, though. Good chapter. We're approaching. We're at the.
You got the Shanks tape.
Yeah, I mean, the Shanks tape is crazy. What Shanks was doing in that tape? Now we're not gonna get there. We're about the hour and 40-minute mark. We're about to end this off with our main topic. I appreciate everybody who's sticking around. I appreciate the panelists for coming up. Be sure to like, share it with your friends. It always helps us out. If you're enjoying the content, leave comments. We even if we don't respond, we read them. You know, I be getting triggered by some of y'all comments. That's why I don't respond. Lonnie and Riddell, one of them be behind the BSS account responding. So we're very active there. Also, be sure to hit our link tree. Find our Discord.
Try to do my thing, man.
You can find our Discord, join the community, be a part of the conversations. We're gonna get into this main topic though. I got us a little Excel sheet. I hope I didn't close it out. Got us a little Excel sheet. We're gonna talk about the game in Mount Rushmore. Now, I can't edit the. Hold on. Here we go. Now, we're gonna try to be as objective as possible. Y'all can get rowdy. I know I usually do the control tier list, but we can have a little bit less of a leash. We can have some fun up here. I'm dropping a link for anybody else who wants to join up. But we're gonna have some serious combos here because there are certain series that I feel like need some recognition and they don't get it. But I think we'll start with the number one spot first because I feel like this should be an easy consensus. What do we think? What do we think is the best video game franchise of all time?
Yeah, I had forgot about it because I don't play it a lot, but it's super obvious. It's Mario. That should be the number one. Well. Like Mario was my first game on the Super Nintendo when I was like 4, and it's still here. Yeah. They still making Mario Kart, still. So like, yeah, it's Mario, bro. Like number one, big face on the Mount Rushmore right there. Here we go.
Here we go. I'm with you. I think Mario is probably the most easily recognizable video game character of all time. I think you show Mario to anybody age 1 to age 99, they know who Mario is in some capacity. I think he's the most popular video game character of all time. I can kind of equate that by him having the most sold game franchise ever. I think he's single-handedly been the flagship for Nintendo. Super Smash Brothers, the mainline Mario game, the Mario Parts, the Mario Parties, Dr. Mario, the spin-offs, and then ultimately getting into syndicated movie and television and breaking the box office there as well. In my opinion, I think Mario's certified a lot. Loki, Riddell?
Yeah, I have Mario as well. I think Mario is one of the OG faces that are still kind of running the game right now.
Yeah, it's rather impressive because I'm not a big fan of side scrollers, so I was never really that big into just normal Mario games. But Mario Kart, Mario Party, the fact they were like, you know what, we dominated the side scroller game, aesthetic for a while. Let's change it up, and then they dominated. What the other aspects? Mario Party, so innovative too with Mario Kart and Mario Party. I don't know
Mario
what
Sports
before Mario Kart.
Yeah, bro. Loki W drop.
Mario Sports.
They did
Mario
soccer,
tennis,
baseball, and basketball. They did everything.
That's why I was just about to say.
They switched it over too, and then they were like, you know what, Mario versus Sonic in the Olympics.
Yeah. Olympic sponsored video game.
That's why I was just about to say. I think Mario may be the only one that doesn't have an objectively bad game, like in its series.
No, I don't think so either. You may not.
I'm
with.
That's wild. But as long as they've been out, they just don't have one, and that's crazy. As to say.
Well, I'm with Riddell on the side scrollers. I can't really do that, but all the other games
That's understandable though.
They could. The Mario for sure. Mount Rushmore, no question. It's like that. Dominant. The versatility is disgusting.
Where's Santo?
Not Mario. I forgot to talk about my host, my co-host. Thank you for reminding me. The brother Santo family popped in unexpected, so he couldn't be here with us today. So that's why me and Riddell, appreciate you for helping me out. We're holding down the fort today. But Santo, prayer hands is crazy. But Santo, hopefully we'll be back when we do Open Dojo July 3rd, and we got something special already cooking for that episode. We might have a little guest. Might be doing some deep and heavy Dragon Ball Z talk. Got to get back in my bag, rewatch the Dragon Ball Z. I got a lot more problems than praise. So be on the lookout for that. July 3rd, next Dojo episode. Might be a heavy Dragon Ball Z related episode, considering everything pans out correctly. And shout out Santo. Appreciate you, brother. Number 2. What? We just got a new member. Salute to E.
Shout out to E, man.
Appreciate you becoming a member. Enjoy all of that content. Go watch Game of Thrones with us. We cooking.
For hell.
What do y'all think is the second best franchise of all time? Outside of Mario, I think it gets kind of debatable here. What y'all thinking? What's some names y'all want to throw up?
So names I'm thinking right now. You feel me? I'm thinking Pokemon. I'm thinking Fortnite. I'm thinking Call of Duty. Maybe it's a little too early for second though, but I'm just thinking about the ones who transcended the gaming space, you know. And those are the 3 for sure, especially Pokemon, because Pokemon is an anime first. So the way that they popped in and they've been running shit like Mario for years, even though, you know, for the past few ones, but
pretty much everything after the 3DS, kind of fell off.
So
it's
like they just
on after Diamond, personally.
Wait, you guys are telling me you guys didn't like the Nintendo 2DS? Come on, guys.
You mean you sad?
Now I'm gonna throw out 2 out there. One, obviously, because it makes so much goddamn money, but I still think it's niche. And I didn't really start appreciating it until I became an adult and I realized how versatile it is. Don't ridiculous.
Don't say this.
Fuck you about to say films.
No, I'm saying Minecraft.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm fine
I'm
with
with
that. I thought you were gonna say
That
Tetris.
That was my
Ew, come on.
Because the only reason why is because Tetris is the second most sold game of all time. That's how
Tetris got numbers.
Bro, that's just a game you download if you're bored on your phone and you can't download anything else.
Nah. That's like
Tetris used to be the game that came with a game that you really wanted back in the day.
Everybody had Tetris.
Right. It's like
I don't want this shit, but I'll take it.
Nothing's working. You got no internet. It's like, all right, I might as well play Tetris. Like, all right. So Minecraft is one.
Yeah, Minecraft is one.
And then Gabe, you hit it on the money. GTA is another one.
Yeah, I have GTA too. I got GTA and Minecraft at 4.
I'm not mad at GTA. Minecraft, we gotta have discussion.
Minecraft is so goddamn popular and made so much money and could do so much stuff.
It's an infinite sandbox game.
And then GTA, I feel like has even though it doesn't come out when it comes out, it dominates everything. Everybody just talks about GTA. It's too Minecraft is not mainstream like GTA is
anymore.
I don't even think it was ever really mainstream. I think it was always super niche, but the people in that niche are so successful.
For a while, Minecraft was one of the faces of gaming YouTube.
It was, but that was community, and the community has
I don't think gaming YouTube is just mainstream though. I think I'm talking about like mainstream celebrities. Like everybody cares about, talks about, knows about GTA. That's what I'm talking about, like mainstream.
Well, because Minecraft also has super lows especially with content creators.
And this community too. Like
the community is super. It has nothing to do with the game
there for sure.
Yeah, a lot of weirdos.
Leave the weirdos out of it because Super Smash Brothers, that's a Mario game. That's a hella weirdo. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff we can leave to the side. But y'all, I think Riddell's kind of on something with the kind of mainstream appeal.
Yeah, for sure.
So here is where I got to get, for lack of a better word, my meat riding out the way.
He's
I
gonna say
think
Call of
I
Duty.
think Call of Duty. I think
No, bro, no.
I think
Number
it'll
two?
be number 2. I think
No,
it
I don't think
should.
it's number 2.
I'm not
It's the
mad at it though,
it's
bro.
the
Like,
face. It's the face of a genre. When I think, because these first 4 picks are going to be a Mount Rushmore. In my mind, when I think Mount Rushmore, you're the face of something. There's nothing in that playing field that tops you. We talk about side scrollers. What side scroller is better than Mario? There's close contenders. There's Sonics. There's Kirby's. There's shit like that with their own appeal, their own fame in their own right. But we know who the top dog is. It's Mario. When I think of the first person shooter genre, the only game that had a stock and came close to it was Halo. And unfortunately, Halo was unable to stay around and maintain the success that we had seen them have over all of those years. The only last standing bastion to me of the FPS genre is Call of Duty. It's the best-selling game every year, unless GTA comes out. That's the only time it's dethroned. CS:GO, sure. I think CS:GO is probably the most played game of all time. I don't know how to separate them per se, but I'll just say the gameplay loop is not. They're not the same game.
Is it on console or is it just PC?
CS:GO,
Yeah,
it's only on PC. It was on console for a little bit
because I feel
they took it off.
Why it's like because it's not on console.
It was on console. PS3. I think it was on console.
I don't know about PS3.
It was called Counter-Strike: the Global Online Offensive.
Oh,
yeah.
It was definitely it was on a PlayStation. It was on PlayStation at some point in time.
But even then, you said there's like small portion of time. I'm just saying, that's the difference between Counter-Strike and Call of Duty is because Call of Duty is on the console.
I'll say Counter-Strike for sure has a higher player base. It's the most played game on Steam. But actual impact, think about what Call of Duty is indirectly responsible for. FaZe, for example. FaZe don't really do games no more. They're more IRL, like content, shit like that. If there's no Call of Duty, there's no FaZe. It doesn't exist.
There's no Pomage.
No Loki. There's not a there's no FaZe.
Well,
you got to think about it. It was one point in time that everybody was trying to make a Call of Duty. The same thing with Fortnite. That everybody was trying to make a Fortnite or like a battle royale. Everybody was trying to make a Call of Duty, bro. And
I'm not mad at Call of Duty being the face of FPS. It's just that when we get to other games, there's bigger faces. Like for me, my 3 was League of Legends. So League of Legends is globally insane.
Call of Duty is globally insane.
And I don't think it's bigger than League of Legends.
I don't think League of Legends is that big in the West like it is in the East.
I don't think it's mainstream. I think it has a very
I don't think it's as mainstream in the West, but it's huge internationally.
Call of Duty's huge internationally.
Yeah, I think Call of Duty reaches more groups.
I want you to think about who Call of Duty has collabed with, right? If we're going to talk global influence, they have collaborations with Mountain Dew. They drink Mountain Dew everywhere. They have collaborations with Red Bull. They drink Red Bull everywhere. They have collaboration with Doritos. Probably other than Lay's, it's probably the biggest chip in the world. Like, I think because Call of Duty is such a America style game, I'm serious. We kind of downplay how global it actually is.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, and I just don't think I've seen things of League of Legends. Like they're selling out stadiums for events, like majors.
Call of Duty
did the same shit for Call of Duty.
Call of Duty did that first.
It's not the same. It's
how not?
The arenas are bigger.
Sure, but the niche is stronger. That's why.
Yeah, I agree with that too. That's maybe
Call of Duty been selling out arenas since 05. Was League of Legends out in 05?
I don't think so.
But
I'm talking like, go ahead, Renell.
My counter argument for COD is not necessarily its general reach, because that's also hard to gauge. My thing about COD in comparison to some other games is that there are times, one for a fact, I think we all agree, COD has some lows where people just hate the
We're
COD
in the
game.
lows.
Yeah. And two, compared to like other games like Mario.
Are we, Gabe?
No.
I got a controversial take about COD, but continue, Riddell.
Yeah, I'm not playing COD
I don't
right
think the
now.
lows are now. I think the lows did happen.
Right now.
What?
So my thing is,
I don't think the lows are right now. They did happen though, like a while ago.
I think BO6 was a high.
I don't think the lows are as low as people think they are. I think the way some of their predatory practices were implemented into the game makes them feel a lot lower than they actually are.
bro,
If COD didn't have skill-based matchmaking, the games would not be regarded as bad.
I don't care much about that. I care about the fact that I have to grind to get attachments. That pisses me off.
What?
You sad.
What?
You always have to do that though.
No, you don't.
I don't remember.
Yes, you did. There was always weapon levels, and I remember at least as early as Modern Warfare 2. You have to level up the gun to get attachment.
Hold on.
Wait, I didn't have to go to my.
You don't have to
I
do
use an
specific
LMG to unlock
activities
the
to
red
unlock
side
it.
on my.
Oh, okay.
I'm with you.
Okay.
So you didn't have to use one gun to get a specific type of red dot.
Yeah.
That's what I hate right there.
I'm with you. Okay, we bridged the gap.
When did they first do that? That was like
2019.
Yeah, 2019.
No. They didn't have that for 2019.
Did it?
No. It was introduced after that. In
It was 2019.
What?
It was 2019.
That you had to go.
Yes.
Wasn't that Modern Warfare 2? Like the
2019.
No,
I'm telling you.
no.
It's 2019.
They didn't see, Gabe, what you're misremembering. They didn't continue the pattern in Cold War and Vanguard, and they brought it back in MW2.
You know your shit. But the problem with Cold War and Vanguard was that every gun had the same attachment, though. That was the issue with those games. There was no attachment variety. They all had the same barrels, the same grips, the same red dots.
Also,
in
Vanguard,
MW19, it started the trend where you had to go to a random sniper to unlock a red dot for your growl. That made no sense.
It was 2019.
That was suck. But all right, back to my original point. So COD had lows. And then another aspect about it, compared to like other games that we can talk about in the Mount Rushmore, like games in their genre, if we kind of stick to that idea, I will, for the most part, I'm not like, oh yeah, this game is better. I feel like there's a lot of times throughout COD's history where people are like, man, COD sucks so much, I'd rather play CSGO. COD sucks so much, I'd rather play Rainbow Six. COD sucks so much, I'd rather play Halo 3. There are times where like COD was not the best in its genre for different periods of time. And I'm only comparing it to Mount Rushmore games. I think when it comes to Mario, for the most part, it's dominating. It's doing its thing. People are trying to compete. I think the same thing can apply for GTA, and I think the same thing can apply for Minecraft. Fortnite is trying to be Minecraft so bad.
How?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
With its when it introduced the sandbox creation type situation,
that's nothing like Minecraft.
That's the thing that
You talking about Save the World?
No.
We're talking about the creative and playground.
Yeah.
Where's the open world we can go with you?
I wouldn't say that.
Because that I think they introduced that to kind of be like with Minecraft where you can mod everything.
I can see what Riddell's saying, but I wouldn't. I'd say it took inspiration from what Minecraft can do in the sandbox. I wouldn't say it's trying to be like Minecraft.
And I would say Fortnite already had a creativity there with because you had to build when Fortnite first came out anyway.
Well, I'm not talking about the game in general, but I'm.
Well, yeah, I know that, but like I'm saying, like it was already a basis for it in their community. That's what I'm saying.
Creative is something different from its original.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I'm not trying to diss Fortnite. I feel like Fortnite was, I think, inspired is fair. I'm not really stuck on the semantics of the term. The only reason why I brought it up is it saw what Minecraft did to make itself so freaking huge with the ability to mod and create all these different worlds. Fortnite is trying to be like that as well, so it can continue being a dominant game in this space. But even though it's trying to do that, it still doesn't compete with Minecraft. That was my only point.
For me, I agree because I originally thought Save the World was like Minecraft with guns,
That
basically.
Loki. That's what I think is the Minecraft copycat.
And
Save the world.
I think everybody forgets that the Battle Royale part of Fortnite was second to what they were trying to do. They were trying to create a Minecraft-inspired game.
Save the World came first. It had recipes. You had to have different materials to make different recipes. You had to craft a oven to make a food thing, or a garden tool to make a plant. It was literally Minecraft.
And then they saw PUBG and was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite did copy to get to where it did, but I'm not gonna act like it didn't do anything. So I'm not gonna. I don't think Save the World ever is better than Fortnite. That aspect. Mm-hmm. Fortnite, the Battle Royale, clears. It's the best Battle Royale experience. There's nothing close.
Agreed.
Nothing's close.
Agreed. But anyway, the main point is because of the lows, because of there's other games in the genre that people rather play that they thought were better. That's why I think there are other games you could argue should be in the Mount Rushmore over it. That was my counter argument for COD.
I don't want to have to re-download this fucking game, bro.
But I find it ironic you bring up that point, Riddle, and then what goes viral on Twitter and the COD community today, people going back and remembering how good Ghost was. And Ghost was
that's revisionist history.
It is, bro.
And that's why I don't use COD fans to make a basis on the opinion of COD, because COD fans are can I say the R word on YouTube?
No, not in this community.
No. Okay. The COD fan base is stupid.
They are moronic.
The COD fan base is the stupidest fan base of all time. Which I'll take it a stretch further. If Modern Warfare 2 or any other games that are held in an extremely high regard to the COD community, if they came out today, they would say the game's ass. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's in front of a Call of Duty fan. It's gonna be ass. No matter how good it is, it's gonna be ass. That's just how Call of Duty fans are. That's why I say how bad the games really are actually overblown. Yeah. If I had to pick one game where I think it was actually dog shit atrocious, it was World War II. The worst game they ever made.
That game. Infinite Warfare was way worse.
Loki, you could not play World War II online for the first 18 days of its release. There's nothing that Infinite Warfare did that's worse than that.
Hold on, there had nothing to do with the actual game itself.
Not being able to play it has nothing to do with the game?
That was that not during the Lizard Squad's attack? What game was that? Was
I don't give a fuck if God was attacking it. The niggas paid $80 for the game. Niggas paid $80 and couldn't play.
What are you?
My brother
couldn't even get it to your PlayStation when they were doing that.
I had the game downloaded and I could not play it. I had $80 look at me every time I turned my system on and I couldn't play.
Brother, that you can't blame Activision.
Wasn't that like 2016?
Yes, I did. You're a multi-billion-dollar company without the infrastructure to protect your IP. Of course, I can blame the company for that. What? Niggas put my money day one. I can't play day one. Of course, I can blame you. What are you talking about? Niggas play online for damn near a month.
There was a lot of doxing going around the time. It released in a bad period. Lizard Squad said they were taking shit out.
Like I said, Jesus Christ could have been attacking the shit. If I paid $80 and I can't play, that's your fault. You make too much money to have bad security. You think niggas is hacking Amazon for the low key for free? Niggas is not going a whole day. Niggas is not going 18 days without being able to access Amazon. Granted, Amazon, I'm not trying to make a false equivalency with the money. I'm just saying, if you're a multi-billion-dollar company, you need to be held to multi-billion-dollar company standards. So I'm gonna say the game that I buy and I can't play is the worst game. To me, that's just logical.
I'm definitely fine. Gameplay wise, though, I don't think it's World War II because I fought with the game like for what it is and what it became too after they patched it and all that shit.
I'm about to say, Sauce, don't get revisionist history. They they remade the whole game in a 200 gigabyte patch and they redesigned the entire game.
I remember. I definitely remember. I was on that bit from jump. You feel me? That was when I was on Call of Duty and 2K mainly. So
I'm a no like they get 150 for me every year. I don't care how I buy it every year for 150. I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you feel me? But the one I didn't like For sure. It was either Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare. It was one of those two. Like the boosting was out of control. Whichever one that was, I
Advanced, where niggas was just jumping 50 feet in the air and shit.
nigga,
Both of them shit. I hated both of them. Like, bro, what am I playing?
Well, Advanced Warfare
Infinite
wasn't
Warfare
that
was a little bit
bad.
cooler. I still wasn't with it for real, but I played it. Advanced Warfare, I turned that shit off.
My problem with Infinite, I just thought it was boring.
In this game.
It had nothing that made it so stand out as a Call of Duty game compared to the other titles. But I don't want us to get wrapped into every single Call of Duty. So let's rewind. We're gonna just go around the room. Everybody say a name that they feel should. We've had a couple names be presented to the table. I don't know how we're gonna have an end all be all. So I might just switch my answer depending on what all said. So I'm saying Call of Duty. Riddell, you're sticking on Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah.
Toss, what's your game you want to bring to the table for number 2?
Fortnite.
Fort, Gabe.
Call of Duty.
Oh shit! Appreciate you, Loki. What's your game?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Minecraft as well.
I think it was Call of Duty anyway.
Oh, so it's 2-2 Minecraft.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, so I have a question though about
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
So I'm gonna go.
How much do y'all care about that the vanilla version of Minecraft literally at some point peaked out and it's like the way Minecraft gets played the most with the most type of satisfaction everybody gets, you have to mod the game.
I
think
how much do
you
y'all
have to
care
mod
about
the game
that
at all.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, Riddell.
Oh, you want me
Have
to
we
go?
not seen the Minecraft fandom for years be complaining about the content that they've been dropping on Minecraft is subpar and it doesn't make the game any more fun? For years.
No, I mean that's fine,
so.
but you
What?
can't. Well, they do a lot of patches for one. I'll give them credit that they are consistently updating the game as much as they can. But I'm not taxing the game if if you have to mod it, because a lot of these you can get it as well, incorporate in your game. And the fact that you can mod it in ways that is so expansive to the point where you can have 1,000 people simulations or people are in different countries is a ridiculous concept. Then I just gotta praise the game.
So then I got GTA second because GTA RP to me is way better than anything.
I think GTA should be on the Mount Rushmore too. So you're not really.
But I got no. But GTA should be second at that point because the mods in GTA are more.
I mean, I don't care about the ranking. I'm just saying they both should be in the Mount Rushmore.
So he didn't think he changes his own individual vote.
Yeah, they're both on Mount Rushmore.
No, I'm saying with Call of Duty, but I don't know. I'm not giving you props for something a non-developer has to go out of their way to do.
I actually do get what Gabe is saying.
Yeah,
I actually do understand that because it's not Mahjong. Doesn't Mahjong make Minecraft?
Yeah,
Mahjong. Yes, but Mahjong also makes mods. That's why I'm trying to get in some points here.
Sure, but I don't think the mods that are popular are the Mahjong mods.
No.
Yes, but also you talk about the community being outraged by this, but we saw Kai just do a normal stream with speed in hardcore mode as normal Minecraft, and they pulled views.
Yeah, but that's
it's Kai and
speed. They're gonna pull views regardless of what they play.
I think it's more about who they are than the game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of content creators that could just play the normal version and get a lot of views in general, though. Because
that's what I'm saying. Yes,
RDC just is doing a Minecraft.
But RDC's not normal.
Yeah, that's RDC.
Okay, so I meant like normal big YouTubers. I don't mean like any.
I don't. But what the main thing I'm trying to get at is I don't think Minecraft viewership is high at all. So it'll be high when these particular streamers in 2025 or though.
I mean, we saw Dream blow.
I disagree a lot.
Blow up out of nowhere.
There are so many.
We saw who?
Dream. That speed runner dude. Dream. He had a run, but he fell off already.
Yeah, but I know because that was years ago. He fell off years ago. He also blew up out of nowhere.
But he's gone.
I mean, yes, fair. But he also, again, if that space is weird, we can talk about the reason why he's gone.
Okay,
to do with the game.
Well, that is true. That is true.
That's what I'm saying. Dream also blew out of nowhere.
I know in fact there's like Minecraft content creators still doing content that's doing numbers still.
Yeah, but they've had to. But a lot of the big top Minecraft. I used to listen. I promise you, I used to watch damn near every Minecraft YouTuber growing up. All of them, damn near all of them, have had to segue at some point to a different game because Minecraft, it stopped. It obviously
Captain Sparkles, all of them, they're gone. Yeah.
Sunday's literally playing. Every popular MMOs fell off. Skyler's Minecraft fell off for other reasons, but he also fell off. all
That's
the
what I'm saying,
entirety
like,
of the Minecraft like community as content has declined over.
And I'm
like,
telling you, right? Oh, sure. Every
yeah,
video game franchise could decline. So
Yeah.
did Fortnite. I'm telling you right now,
Mm.
there are still
I
Minecraft
don't know about
content
that one.
creators,
Of course there are.
Minecraft content creators that
we just saw a
exist
few of them
that
at
are still
Streamer
pulling
University. We just saw a
millions
few of them
of
at
views
Streamer
right now.
University.
So Riddell, Loki, because I want to bridge the gap. I want to bridge the gap here.
It doesn't
I'm
prove my
not
point.
disputing that they're pulling numbers, right? But when we're doing a Mount Rushmore, if we're doing a Mount Rushmore, the main thing to keep in mind is that we're talking comparatively to the others. I don't think Minecraft has the viewership that these other games have, and I don't really think it's debatable. I don't 50K Fortnite got 50K niggas watching it right now. I don't think there's 50,000 niggas watching Minecraft
No,
right
not
now.
currently.
Marvel Rivals has 65,000 niggas watching it right now. GTA has 100,000 niggas watching it right now.
Yeah.
Those people
agree.
who have made their lane and made their name in Minecraft are doing good. But outside of that, there's not an average Minecraft nigga doing numbers.
So
But the
Go ahead,
the
Riddell.
point is,
So-
okay.
this is my thing because I think one of the big reasons why Minecraft content does so well is not necessarily streaming it, because when you play Minecraft, it's a slow game where you're building everything. Like a lot of it is steady. There's not fast-paced action like a Fortnite, COD, like a Rivals.
Sure.
What content they make that is fantastic is in video format. That's the views that I'm talking about.
Hold on, let me
Riddell.
Putting out video,
Can I-
putting out scenario simulations, and those things are incredible.
And
Hey, Riddell,
once someone
would you-
makes, I'm
I
sorry,
have a
just back
question
off that
after,
point.
after
Is
Miles.
once someone makes something that's super creative and they see does well, everybody backs it, and those videos pull millions.
How many?
Sure, millions for maybe, like I said, this top end streamer. How lucrative in 2025 is long form content though, comparative to streaming?
But
I don't think long form content in general is pulling the same amount of numbers as live streaming in general.
I want to ask a question that has to do with my main point about the modding. How many of these YouTubers are y'all watching that are just playing vanilla Minecraft?
That's why I
Doing it,
brought up
pulling all these
Dream,
views.
because he was playing vanilla, but he was doing
Right, but that's
challenges.
one person. The Mount Rushmore consists of 3 other franchises that don't need for you to mention modding the experience to
At
make it
all.
better at all.
And you can do it too.
And you can do it.
I don't think you really
don't
need
abide-
to mod Minecraft as it is a mod of, like, it's an addition to the game. It's like buying an add-on or a DLC.
Yeah, I don't abide by taxing a game because you can mod it, because the fact that you can do some of the craziest things I've seen you can do in Minecraft in the first place, the fact that it has that capacity, I give a lot of credit to. So I'm not taxing any game because you can.
Shut your bitch ass up. So super chat from it was for super chat. No disrespect.
No, you good.
Super chat from Kent Lipscomb Jr. So game 7, huh? The faded Yu Yu Hakusho top 5 and Far Cry 3? Question mark? Far Cry 3 not even top 100. Sorry to tell you. It won't be on this Mount Rushmore. But respect to Far Cry though. Salute.
Stop hating, Miles. Stop hating, my guy.
No, it's not hate. I just don't think Far Cry's in the conversation. Is Far Cry as a franchise is it better than Assassin's Creed as a franchise, for example? Another franchise I don't think is on the Mount Rushmore.
I agree.
I missed it. I apologize, guys, but are we talking franchise or individual games?
Franchise.
Franchise. The title.
Franchises.
To me, I thought it was talking about just games, but yeah, it's franchise.
Yeah, that's why I'm not bringing up Mass Effect, to be honest.
Yeah.
So Super Smash Bros has to be up here, right?
Well, we have Mario.
I think we
got Mario.
That's included.
And Mario's good enough. Super Smash Bros. No.
Mario's included. It's basically Super Smash Brothers
So
came
we're-
from Mario.
So we're including everything that is attached to Mario with Mario. So like Mario Kart, Mario
Party.
Yeah, they did that.
Everything.
Mario,
Sonic.
Mario Sunshine is included with this.
Yeah, it's Mario.
Everything.
Mario Arcade.
Sunshine sucked.
It
All
did
right.
what?
Mario Sunshine sucked, man.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Because that nigga's chatting That's one of the best Mario games ever, by the way.
Mario Sunshine sucked, Miles, man.
Boot that GameCube up and play that shit again. Wrong.
Man, the only thing good about GameCube at the time, especially when it came out, was it was a different style of controller, and it was the only thing that allowed you to really play Smash Bros. The way it was meant to be played, especially with that C button.
You might gotta buy GameCube again, brother. GameCube was one of the better consoles of all time. It had a lot of great games on it.
GameCube was a redesigned, prettier version of the Dreamcast, but it was cool though.
Yeah, I do think the Dreamcast was better though.
See, trying to tell you, man.
Debatable.
Yo.
GameCube hate though.
GameCube.
No, I love the GameCube though. I love the GameCube.
Nah, but Ken hating on the GameCube.
Yeah, he is.
I'm saying the best thing about the GameCube was Super Smash Bros. And then, I mean, let me see. I'm thinking what else came out around that time.
Melee, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, Pokemon Coliseum. Those are two super elite games.
Okay, because I forgot about
Metroid Prime started on GameCube, elite game. Star Fox.
Metroid Prime is so overrated. God, I hate Metroid Prime, man.
Thoughts and prayers to you, brother. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. All right, so we got 3 for COD. So we're gonna put COD at 2. We're gonna put Minecraft at 3 out of respect. Respect.
Oh, I don't. Oh.
Well, I mean, because those are 2.
Yeah.
What?
I got Fortnite at 3.
Shit. Sauce, what you got?
I already said Fortnite.
Yeah.
Listen, man, maybe Fortnite is at 3, man. Because I got Fortnite. Listen, man.
There's no.
I think the only conversation Minecraft has right now is the longevity.
Mm-hmm.
It's been around for a long time. I think Fortnite does everything else. Fortnite got it. I think it's more fun.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
You're talking about collabs. I'm talking about collabs. Look what
Fortnite had games like Ring Royale, thinking it was about to be next up. Like, come on, bro.
That's
like
Impact.
Fortnite is beyond
Realm Royale. Naraka Impact, whatever that bullshit called. They made COD make Warzone.
Yeah, Fortnite the most impactful battle royale.
Wait, hold on. We had Blackout, but yeah, I mean,
Warzone was out. Warzone. I mean, what you call it? Fortnite was out before Blackout. It was out before Blackout.
But PUBG, and there's a game before PUBG.
Yeah. Daisy, H1Z1.
Yes.
Yeah, that's before Fortnite. But Fortnite opened the eyes to like the entire.
So
world.
H1Z1 is Grandpa. PUBG is the pops.
Yes.
And then Fortnite can be the son. Well, it's the son that ran with it though. It ran with it
crazy.
Fortnite like everybody wanted the Fortnite. Like I was saying earlier, like everybody wanted Call of Duty. Everybody wanted the Fortnite. The Battle Pass shit. Do you know how many games got a Battle Pass because they trying to recreate what Fortnite did, bro? Like Fortnite fucked up the game, bro.
Oh yeah, Fortnite had a few in terms of peak. Fortnite might be for sure peak.
Fortnite got to argue for the GOAT peak.
Bro,
I'm with you with the peak for sure.
Dude, it's still not coming down.
It's not coming down though.
It's still not coming down.
Fortnite. Well, $5 super chat.
$5 super chat from the friend of the channel. You boys keep up the good work. I don't know if you boys set up any criteria, but I got Pokemon, Fortnite, COD, GTA. That list is solid. That's a solid list. That's solid Rushmore.
Sure.
So how are we including
Minecraft crazy?
Yeah, but I feel like okay. So how are we including things like SmackDown versus Raw like series? Because SmackDown versus Raw series is different from like
conversation, my
God. Bro.
Can't be for real.
Sports games not in these talks, bro.
SmackDown in my Mount Rushmore, I sleep. I sleep. I
don't think there's not one sports franchise.
Madden don't make it. 2K don't make it. SmackDown.
The only one who's
I get it. Okay, I get it with things like
I get it with like
one
I put up there.
I was about to say.
Okay, and that's what I was getting ready to say.
FIFA over Madden.
I was getting ready to say FIFA, especially with it being soccer related, and we know how big soccer is worldwide in popularity, but I do think like just exclusively leaving out a sports game, I think just for the sake of maybe because it doesn't have like the storyline, or maybe trying to exclude it because of maybe it didn't have the online exposure at the time. I do think that we vastly overlook how big a SmackDown versus Raw series was, especially as many people were going out trying to get it.
No, bro,
Let's
no.
look at the
No,
numbers.
So are we talking about the quality of the game, or are we talking about
We're
like
talking
our
about
people?
everything.
You
We're
can
talking
get the
about
best
everything.
SmackDown. That shit not better than Fortnite. The best
Which one is the best
SmackDown.
SmackDown right now? What's the best SmackDown? 06?
The
07,
best SmackDown
07.
versus Raw is like
Yeah, 07,
07,
I think.
06. 07, 06. One
One
of
of them.
those
I don't
two.
know. I didn't play him.
08 was cool. I remember 08.
08
That's the
was
one I
not
remember
cool,
most.
bro.
07
08 was
is
not
so
cool, bro.
I'm
peak,
sorry, bro. None of these
man.
sports games.
So
touch it.
Rendell, is 07 SmackDown better than Fort?
No.
No.
But hey, I will say though, I did so. This is how I feel. This is how I feel about 07 SBR.
Fuck
07
no.
SBR is
Not
how I
bad,
feel
though. I
about
ain't gonna count.
Budokai Tenkaichi 3. It's just there's a very specific way to play it with your friends that you could play forever, but it had its time. It's not Fortnite. Come on, like.
So are we? I think we're weighing it more like based off like I don't know because I think I don't know,
I'm
man.
trying to include
I can't.
everything. I'm trying to include everything. How good
Yeah,
the
I
game
am
was, the
too.
impact it left, the amount
But
of players
doesn't
they
but when
had.
but
If it had
wouldn't
an
that
what
then?
it's
it's
still
still
doing
doing
today.
now. If it had an
But
esports impact, what it
problem
did
is
but
this,
then.
then
though.
wouldn't
Look,
okay? But even with that being said, then that would automatically mean that more games today like is just logically
no.
speaking from a
No, I don't think
theoretical
so.
sense, they logically already have an advantage because of
Why?
exposure if we're talking about everything like just
No.
I mean there's no
More
denying it. I
games
mean
today die than
YouTube.
ever.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah, I
Hold
know,
on.
but when
Mario
you
made a
include
Yeah, Riddell, that's what I'm about to say. Mario made the list.
Mario's on the
okay,
Mount Rushmore.
Mario's number one.
oh, I understand that, but even then that still points in favor of what I'm saying because we just had a release of a brand new Mario Kart. So what I'm
Huh?
saying is
Oh,
we're
come on.
talking about what?
We
I don't
didn't.
understand how y'all don't get what I'm saying.
Let him finish. Let him finish, Rendell. Let him finish.
No, I'm just like I genuinely do get what y'all are saying because Mario has so many different games and because Mario has a whole longevity of 40, 50 years of enjoyment of
Yeah.
games. I get that. But that also points to what I'm saying when I'm like when I'm including the simple fact that if we're talking about games that are coming out nowadays, you look at a game like Fortnite. The one of the biggest reasons why Fortnite blew up the way that it did is because it included a worldwide global scale of gaming, something that in the beginning of its time Mario Kart 64 was a individual couch co-op game that now when we look at it, it is global because of the impact of online multiplayer.
No,
So what
that's
I'm
not why.
What?
No. Ken, you're conflating the quality of these games and the online experience. Mario hasn't been around this long because of online and all of that. It's been around this long. One, strategically, Nintendo picked it as their flagship. That's the first thing. And two, the games are fucking good.
Yes.
Mario's been good for forever, and it's reliable.
I agree.
And people know they
agree.
can come to it, and they know it's good. That's why it's as popular as it is. If Mario was a bad game, I promise you it would die. I promise you, because it goes both ways. The same way everybody today can see it and view it and say it's good, they can say it's bad. And there's more content creators and ears everywhere and mouths everywhere that will propagate whatever image is produced. So if Speed says the game is good, even if the shit ass, Speed says it's good, people are gonna say it's good. People are gonna flock to it. If he says it's ass, that shit is ass. So I'm not trying to hear the whole internet shit because it goes both ways, and that has nothing to do with Mario's success at all.
Yeah, Mario's success has been Mario quit. Yeah, like Mario's
I
name.
just
Mario's
have a
been
question. I
a
just have a
worldwide
question.
known thing before any of this. Like
Before
the new release of the new Mario Kart isn't gonna raise or diminish who Mario is. Like he's literally there already.
Mario stamped.
He's stamped already. Like it's not
And,
gonna
and
change.
that's Mario Kart 8, my nigga.
Nah,
Like,
it's World. 8 was
Yeah,
a
like
World.
I
Yeah, this
and
is
I
World. This is
I think
9.
it's 10.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
Is it 9?
and I'm
Is it
aware,
10?
and and that's the thing. I don't think I'm not disagreeing with that statement. That's why I understand why Mario is that high. So with Mario being that high, where like I guess my only question is with Mario being up that high, and now we're talking about games like Fortnite, we're talking about games like Minecraft, we're including games like Call of Duty. Where I guess where I'm asking is like now where does that place certain games like Sonic, because Sonic was stamped? Where does that place these other games where if we're getting to the rest of this list, and I like I said, I'm coming in late, but where are we putting other games in retrospect to all of these other games that have the advantage of they were being released and they are being popularized by the YouTube community, is what I'm saying.
Well, see, that's why I have a question. Do you think SmackDown versus Raw from '05 all the way up until WWE has been a good game like the Marios
like
have
that was
been,
crazy.
or like where do you
because
have
because Ken,
WWE
because that's what we
2K25
said
right
earlier
now?
when
Is it
I think
is it
everybody
top?
agreed that Mario hasn't had an objectively bad game. Like
Sonic has a bunch of bad games. That's why I don't think
objectively
that
bad
I don't
games.
think I don't think the Sonic and Mario comparison really holds any weight because since '06, I'd argue there's been no good Sonic games. I can make a
But you can
fair.
make a case for Pokemon. Every
I'd be a
Pokemon
little
game has been
nasty
great.
doing it, but I could almost make a case that since 2006, there's not been a good Sonic game.
And people say Sonic 06 is like Mind's Eye from this year. So
Yeah, and
Oh,
then you
that
got
game reeks.
games
Oh
like
my god, that game is bad.
you got games like
It
That
reeks.
game is that game, Miles. That game is literal moose, bro. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Mind's Eye is one of the worst games ever released, ever.
That's
it,
never been
it's,
It's
it's
one of
worse
the
than
worst
Cyberpunk when it
AIs
first
ever
released, I
created.
think.
The combat is one of the worst I've ever seen,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
It's bad. It looks like a mobile game.
and to
But
Ken,
yeah,
to kind of
continue.
go against your point though, like unless someone tries to argue it, which is possible, we got a game that was old, Final Fantasy. It was back in the day. It did its thing, very popular, kept on making game after game after game, still making games. It's in the YouTube era, it's in the internet era. We ain't talking about that. We
It's
ain't
not
putting
in
that
the
on the
same.
Mount Rushmore.
It surpassed the biggest MMO of all time, World of Warcraft, with its own MMO. It's done a lot, and we haven't brought it up once.
And
I don't.
okay, are we, well, not we, but have y'all not brought it up because you guys didn't enjoy the games or because you guys can collectively say they've had bad Final Fantasy games?
More so, I can collectively say there's other franchises that are better than it, assuredly. And
Based
mind
off
you,
of that.
I'm saying this with Final Fantasy being my favorite video game franchise of all time. I have every single game ever, even the ones that weren't released in America. I have hard copies of every Final Fantasy game. My favorite game. I have the most hours of it on any game that I played. It's not as good as these other games.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Well, we're trying to
I mean, we've all collectively agreed though that there have been bad versions of Call of Duty though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess you know what? I'll guess I'll wait to see how the rest of the list plays
No,
out
But
because I'm really
Call of
interested
Duty
in seeing
wasn't
how this
multiplayer
goes.
first either, though.
to be fair, Kent, I
It was
argued
single
against Call of
players.
Duty.
I
Two
So
people argued against Call
Okay,
of Duty.
I
yeah,
also
okay,
I
okay,
It's
don't
just
really.
they got outvoted.
okay.
They got outvoted.
and
Okay.
I played I played game battles. Call of Duty is probably my favorite franchise.
So again,
It was me, you, and then who was it?
and Sauce.
That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, because I had it on my list anyway, but might as well.
There was 5 of us, 3 of us said it was good, 2 of us said it wasn't.
Okay.
Or, yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't.
All
Yeah,
right.
we didn't collectively. Nah, that didn't happen. We arguing
All
up
right.
here. Yeah,
All right.
we
Okay, I
arguing
got
up
you.
here. Don't worry about it.
So far we're what? We're okay, I know we got the Mario franchise as a staple.
We got Mario at 1. We got COD 2, and then right now we're debating Fortnite and Minecraft for 3.
Okay.
Ken, do you want to bring a different game to the table? Do you not like the talk to us? This is a show for the fans. Y'all can get y'all shit off.
Oh,
If you think this should be a different game, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you think it's I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm not entertaining no SmackDown shit. But if you got an actual game you want to bring to the table, then let's do it. I'm not entertaining SmackDown. I'm just not.
I feel you. I feel you with that. And I guess for me, I'm also looking at it from the perspective of, especially with my age, and I'm thinking about the games that when they came out, just how popular they were. And I remember Gabe saying that he also thought about it. I also thought when we were coming into it after watching the episode on Tuesday, I thought we were kind of like talking about individual games, not like the franchise. So that kind of changed up because I would have offered up like, how does everybody feel about the Def Jam fight for whatever series and franchise? Like,
Good
where does
game,
that
not top
rank?
10. Good game, not top 10.
So it's like, you know what I mean? So I get it, but
If this was a video game top 10, Mario would not be on it. Rest assured,
a lot of the games in my top 10 would just be a From Software game.
Mario would not be on it.
Mario definitely would be. 07 SmackDown Raw would be on my list for sure.
Yeah, Gabe, you could. I probably got 3 from soft games.
I got like 3 or 4.
I got Ultimate.
I got 3 DSP games in my top 10. I'm not.
Elden Ring would be on my list.
Yeah, Elden Ring.
I got Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. Probably. I got 4 games on. 4 games from the same developer on my top 10.
Budokai Tenkaichi 3 would be on my list as well.
Okay. I don't really have like anything right now because I guess I'll wait to see what like gets brought up after Fortnite, Minecraft, I guess, so I can see kind of where we're going with it. You know what I mean?
The top 4 will be the Rushmore, then we'll do like a top 10 franchises, and then the episode will be done by then.
Okay.
Okay. We lost our way. Minecraft boys. What were y'all saying?
Yeah, I don't even know what we're talking about.
That means y'all wasn't moving shit. Fortnite at 3.
Yeah,
no, that's crazy.
Gabe was on our ass for the modifications.
Well, that's not the reason why I have. Well, shit.
Well, yeah, make the case for Fortnite, Gabe.
So Fortnite, okay. So I think the peak for Fortnite is self-explanatory. I think how like the collaborations that Fortnite has made is made it's gotten so big and it had a collaboration with Montclair. Like I don't know how much more you gotta like see that. But then Fortnite as a game in total, like I think how Call of Duty had an impact in the esports space. I think Fortnite's Battle Royale impact in the esports space is one of the biggest ones because not only was it like it's actually a great Battle Royale game, but it's also one of the hardest skillful like one of the hardest games in general to be good at competitively on an online like iteration. Fortnite's building is one of the most innovative and difficult skills that anybody
Fortnite's the hardest game ever. Competitively.
Yeah, Fortnite's skill base is so hard that you're peaking out at 23 years old. After that, everybody drops after the age of 23. The best Fortnite players are from the age of 16 to like 22, and that's like that's literally a fact. So the fact that Fortnite has all of that, it has the esports space, it has the collaborations, it has the creativity now where they added creative where everybody you can literally make a map and have a single player experience with Fortnite as well, where people are making Unreal Engine 5 level maps out of it. I think Fortnite is a solidified top 3 franchise ever. With that, with just that.
Stand behind everything that was said.
I mean, I'm not mad. I already agreed to like the peak. I think when Gabe said it, I was literally right with you. Fortnite might have the greatest peak of all time. So I'm not mad at it. And it might be more mainstream as well, which I'm not mad at as well. As for everything else, God of War series, if we talk a series in my top 3. Shout out God of War, man.
He said Shaq from 3 though, so he know that's crazy to say.
He's not making it.
I don't know. Shaq was like 1 of 20 something in his career. Maybe that's the one.
So the only shot he made was a full court. So
that's what I'm saying.
I want to preface that if I was making my own Mount Rushmore, I probably would just remove COD, have Fortnite, have Minecraft, and then include GTA. More than likely, that's probably what I would.
Which we were kind of, my nigga.
What?
It's unfair to Call of Duty though.
But
I don't think
it's its own fault for having so many lows. I can't do anything about
I don't
that.
think it has that many goals though.
That's what I'm saying.
does.
But
It has some goals.
Okay, so
but-
now we have to get into it. How many Call of Duties were objectively bad? I'm talking the whole game was bad.
my point has already
Modern Warfare 3 was bad.
Hold on. Let
My fault.
get off the point.
I agree.
The new one, like the one that dropped.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The new Modern Warfare.
Yeah, the new one, not the
I was
old
about
one.
to go crazy.
The moment they started introducing the fucking, we already talked about the attachment stuff. Like I'm done with this game.
Bro, that wasn't 2019. I searched it up too. It was Modern Warfare 2 that it came out. 2019 had a regular thing, but 2019 had you couldn't prestige. That's what it was different.
Oh,
because that's when I felt like, bro.
2019 had the weapon levels to go up to like level 75, some crazy shit. But it had regular leveling systems. And it was in Modern Warfare 2, the remake, where they had the leveling tree where you gotta go use weapon over there to unlock
the sniper
here,
to get a scope for
Wait, the MW19 have the thing where you had to use one gun to unlock the SMG version into the other version? Did that start that?
No, it was
Okay.
Modern Warfare 2. 2019's weapon system was normal. Like it was regular Call of Duty. The only thing different that people didn't like was that you couldn't prestige. It had the level cap be like 9 or 500 or something. And then they had to raise it because people didn't like that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
So what are the bad cards again?
I said the new Modern Warfare 3, the one from a couple years ago.
Advanced Warfare.
Not giving you that. Sorry.
World War II, Vanguard.
World War II, I'll give you.
The two
Vanguard, I'll give you.
iterations.
I don't agree.
MW2,
Infinite Warfare.
I'm not giving you Infinite.
Yeah, it wasn't objectively bad.
MW2.
I don't think that MW2 what? The original?
New MW2. New
remake?
Oh, he said that already. Did he say that already again? Or
Yeah,
no?
3 and 2.
MW3.
So 3 and 2. That's 2. World War II.
iteration. I didn't say Modern Warfare 2, but I agree with that.
Okay.
3 and 2, the 2 World War II iterations.
4.
Excluding World at War.
4.
Me personally, I say Infinite Warfare, but you don't agree. That's
okay. I'll give it to y'all. 5.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to remember.
That's it though, for real.
Cold War before it got fixed was bad, but it got fixed. So it got lucky.
Cold War was fire.
Cold War
was fire.
Before it got fixed.
Cold War was fire.
I did not enjoy that.
Cold War was fire.
No, you don't gotta give it to me. I'm just saying.
That's how I feel about World War II. Though. I was enjoying World War II before it got fixed. So
okay,
and then let's go through the diary now.
So you name 5 games that objectively bad. So okay, that we all for the most part agreed with. The other point that I'm going to bring it back up is that I feel like it should be taxed for is that other games in its genre where people were like, "This is a better game."
But that's not true. None of those games ever dethroned COD.
Never dethroned. Where people legitimately thought were either better games or just rather play these games.
What? Wait, what? No, hold on.
They may have thought that, but those player bases never superseded COD.
Wait. During what time at the same time was Battlefield ever better than Call of Duty?
The only times I remember this was
at what time? Reach. At what time was Battlefield?
Not Reach. It was 3. Reach was not better than COD.
When they were coming out, right though, like at that time.
I never brought up Battlefield.
No, but listen, because I heard you say.
I'm grabbing my foot. I'll be right back.
I'm sorry. I don't want to ask you a question that has nothing to do with your point.
Okay. So my thing is it doesn't have to be like I'm not talking about totality. I'm talking about scale. That's the biggest thing in this conversation, right? So the fact that there's any time where there's a game in its genre, whereas like it was having people, whether they're super niche or not, but people in the first-person shooter gun genre, where it's like, okay, this section of people think this game is legitimately better because this game is not that good, or it's not as good as it should be. Or another game is just objectively, this is the top game in the first-person shooter. Now, for the most part, COD typically has it, but I would definitely say in the period of Halo 3, it had it, whatever COD game was out. So I'm going to go through my research real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah, I also agree. I feel like Halo 3, it was a conversation. I heard it during Halo Reach, but I forgot what game came out during that time.
And then we
Battlefield
got
3. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 1, and Battlefield Hardline. That was a conversation. We've had these conversations.
Battlefield Hardline?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think it was
I've heard about the other ones,
a
not
Battlefield Hardline.
But to name a couple more, we got CS:GO right now, of course. That one, so many people are playing that goddamn game.
How are
Rainbow
we
Six.
looking? How are we looking at Valorant? Was Valorant ever up in that
No.
conversation with being
No,
better than COD?
I don't think it's a first-person shooter. I wouldn't put it in
no.
the same.
Oh, it
Okay.
is. Wait, it is a first-person shooter, but
Is it?
it's not. Yeah,
I
It
wouldn't
is.
consider
first-person
it the
shooter.
same though. That's my biggest
I
thing.
mean, it's just like CS:GO though.
Brother,
It's like
it's
PC only.
CS:GO
You
with
think
abilities.
Halo 3 is better than COD 4?
Halo 3 better? No, I'm saying the only
Well,
time
yeah,
we've
I
heard
do
these
personally, but
conversations
ultimately,
is
I do think
during
it was.
those times.
I think it
And,
was
and
Is that
bigger.
when Halo 3
Valorant has
came
no
out
smoke.
with COD
Valorant
4?
has no smoke in this
Did
conversation.
Halo 3 come out with COD 4?
No,
Yes, it came out in 2007, and COD 4 came
Oh
out in
no,
2007.
COD 4 smokes that. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
I got Halo 3 for sure. But
How?
What are y'all saying? I just came back.
I was saying that the only times we ever heard that another game was better than COD in the FPS space was like Halo Reach, Halo 3, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 3. It was like really dark periods for COD where people were just turning
Battlefield 3 was
on.
at the same time as Black Ops 2. You think Battlefield 3 was
Yeah, I
regarded
was
higher
gonna.
than Black Ops 2?
That was my
If it
question right
wasn't
there.
Battlefield
That
3,
was
then
gonna be my question. So it did base. At what point were the because you just said Halo 3 is better than COD 4. I vehemently disagree with that.
I didn't hear it for Halo
I think
3.
during
I
the
heard it for
lows,
Halo
during the
Reach.
lows of Call of Duty, what Battlefield Halo games were coming out?
well, I don't
Because
know.
I
anything
remember the
about
conversations and people was like, "This is their time to take over," and they didn't.
And they didn't do it.
So
Yeah,
They were
but
unable to.
those were the
My-
conversations though that the game
Yeah,
could be
because
better.
they had competitors, but those competitors didn't do enough to take over Call of Duty. They didn't do enough.
I agree with the point, but we were just noting the conversation.
You think and so Halo Reach came out in 2010. You think Halo Reach is better than Black Ops 1?
Fuck no, baby.
No.
There was no conversation that
Again,
year, bro. It was no.
I
Wasn't
never
no
played Halo
conversation, bro.
Reach, but my thing is,
Someone said Halo Reach, so I just searched it up.
oh yeah, I
No,
said
it's
Halo
fine.
Reach. I remember specifically having Halo
I know
Reach
a lot of
conversation.
people like Halo Reach. They're like a lot.
That's
of people.
what I'm saying.
But that's it.
Like
But-
it gets to a niche.
Black Ops 1,
in
nigga?
that
I
audience.
sleep.
Come on, bro.
No, I mean Black Ops. I'm not arguing. The biggest thing though is I gotta play the minute detail game for the point of COD, because in the situation that we're talking about, the fact that there are even periods of time where it doesn't have to outright take it because it's still COD at the end of the day. But the fact that there was a section where people legitimately thought there was other first-person shooters that were better than it or playing more than it, I do think is a detriment to COD as a whole, as a franchise, because obviously there's games like
Bro, no, I argue that for any game. People are
Yeah, you
playing.
literally can.
But
People
I don't think so because
better than Fortnite.
I feel like COD versus
Well, the moment
Halo
Fortnite
was in the,
peaked,
always in the my bad.
the only time that I was like, oh, the moment when Fortnite peaked and it's like, okay, it's like this. The only time I feel like it was threatened was during COVID, and that was Warzone.
And you don't think COD's peak was untouchable?
Oh, I didn't. I'm not talking about its peak. I'm talking about the totality.
But I'm saying using what you said as the basis of the argument, though. COD has like a 6-year peak where every game was damn near flawless.
What was this peak?
From Modern Warfare 2 until Black Ops 2.
I would say Black Ops 3.
I don't know years like that. I would have to really think about the
would've-
games that came
yeah,
out during that time.
But wouldn't
But I
Black
think
Ops?
those games are amazing.
I would argue from COD 4 until Black Ops 2.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Halo 3
2007.
got it. Halo 3
2007.
got it, bro.
Halo-
I'd
I'm
say
not
COD
here.
4 up until BO3 maybe even
From
Advanced
2007 to
So you're giving it 2
2015.
extra years, Loki?
Yeah.
You would advance.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about
I'm not
pre-orders,
saying
people
games
waiting
are
outside
overthrowing it.
GameStop. We're talking about peak. I think it's COD 4, BO3, maybe even it touches. The peak is very large, but Fortnite is different. Fortnite changed the entire landscape of video gaming.
Okay, but I'm not disputing that. Call of Duty is the face of a genre.
Yeah, but there's a lot of games that are faces of their genre.
Yeah, I don't
We
think
mentioned
it's a top 4 face of the genre of all. Like
That was the second best selling or the third best selling video game of all time. Not one of the best faces of a genre.
And it also has
Y'all
some
do
of the most
realize the
memorable-
only game that beats COD here, if COD comes out, it's the most people go and buy it. The reason why sales in video games correlate the most is because it's literally a one-to-one correlation of popularity. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the history of COD being bad. It doesn't matter any of the mid games you're talking about. Whenever a Call of Duty releases, people say, I want to spend my money and see for myself. I don't give a fuck if last year's game was bad. I'm going to get it anyway. The only time that this does not happen is when a Rockstar game comes out. It's the third highest selling game of all time, people. Higher than Pokemon. Higher than, like, I don't understand why I have to push so hard for Call of Duty.
I don't get it
at all.
No, because I think
we're comparing it to other games in the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, but every
And Halo and these games that you're mentioning aren't in the Mount
And then,
Rushmore.
although I agree that it is the face where games or people are always going to buy Call of Duty, but also we could say that about other games like 2K and Madden, where it's like
2K and Madden aren't top 10. 2K and Madden aren't top 10 selling franchises, though.
Meant to say was
I know.
But Riddell, no, you don't know, because COD is not just being bought by people. It's the most bought game every year. 2K and Madden aren't the most bought game. COD is the most bought product every year.
What he meant to say was
because
Pokemon.
everybody wants to play the first-person shooter. I'm with you there. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
First-person shooter is a type of game that anybody can be drawn to versus a more niche type of game like a sports game, where it's like all you got to do for a gun game, although there's more to it, but the basic gist is you just got to kill the guy with the gun you have. Of course. All right, I hear that. I'm with that. I'm not saying COD is like outside the top 10, but when I'm comparing it to the other ones, I got to nitpick these fine-tuned areas to compare it to see, like, is it dominating its genre as much as other ones in their genre?
I don't see how the third most
COD
sold
was
game ever
dominating
is
for, like,
not
8
dominating.
years.
Riddell, COD is dominating outside of its genre, Riddell. That's what you're missing.
James of
It's not the third. It's not the third best shooting game being bought. It's the third most game.
What is the number one highest sold game?
Mario. It's Mario, Tetris, then COD, then Pokemon. It's ahead of Pokemon.
Okay, but we're also
Pokemon doesn't release every year.
See, that's the point.
There's games that don't release every year at one, and then also the fact that we recognize that it's gonna get its sales because it's a big time game, but are we also we're definitely not going to include Tetris.
I just feel like you're
definitely not going to include Tetris.
That's a bad. Let me tell you why that's a bad argument, though. Because when Pokemon does release, it doesn't sell more than COD. So the year argument doesn't matter. I would argue, but what I'm saying is, I would argue with a game being released every single year, there would be a period of attrition where it doesn't sell because people are tired of seeing it every year. That doesn't fucking happen.
I just don't understand why it's being so like because I understand that you have to be nitpicking when you talk about a Mount Rushmore, but to be nitpicky to talk about the reasoning why you want to bring it down is because some people have a conversation that Halo or some other franchise is just quote unquote better. And that's just incorrect. That's just not right.
I'm not niggas that say Brunson better than Jokic. Will we be contending?
I was saying there
was people saying Kevin Durant was better than LeBron James. What does that mean?
That's why I said COD is
what does that mean?
James
but what does that mean though?
But when you compare it to something where nobody is matching it, if we're comparing it to another game where any game in this genre, it's not even a conversation, then yes, you can use that as a point. But in the context of this conversation, when it comes,
how does Halo match up with Call of Duty?
Halo 3
in what area? In what area?
Did.
In what area? In what area? How
and it's multiplayer. A lot of people love playing that multiplayer. A lot of people love the storyline, of course, when it comes to the lore of Halo 3, of course. A lot of people love the abilities that you were able to use in the midst of the gunplay and the gunfights, the close combat with the swords and the hammers. There's a lot of reasons why people love playing Halo 3.
And COD outlasted it.
Huh?
Halo came and went. COD is still here. Why am I talking
COD
about
is above Halo? I'm just saying COD is above Halo. I agree. It's above Halo. I'm there. It is above it. But okay, ultimately, we're kind of sidetracking.
Disagree with that point heavily.
Okay.
No, do you think the people that don't say PUBG better than Fortnite and play it religiously to this day?
There were a lot of people saying that. Especially
I played Apex. I thought Apex was better than Fortnite. I still do, to be honest. I just think
So that's my point. Just because people think something doesn't mean it's true.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's the amount of conversation and the level and the amount of high level competition that also plays into the factor. Also, Fortnite is not in my top 4. Well, it actually might be. It's like I know for a fact GTA is in it, and I know for a fact Minecraft is in it. Fortnite is arguable. So, and I do consider like other than its peak, where it's like no question it was the best game. Other than that, there was a lot of competition when it was starting to come down, where Warzone was competing very high level. When Apex was making a move, not competing with Fortnite, but definitely making a move. When I'm looking at the biggest thing to this conversation is I'm always comparing it to the game that I'm advocating for, which is Minecraft, is that Minecraft in its field and with its longevity, regardless when the moment it came on the scene and really established what it is. And the difference between us is you're taxing it because of mods. I'm not taxing it against the mods, but I'm also taxing because of certain level of
niggas are modding Minecraft to play Call of Duty Zombies on it. We talk about impact. Niggas love COD so much they wanted to play it on Minecraft.
I'm not talking about impact though. The fact that you can play COD on Minecraft is crazy. It's insane. The fact that you can play Pokemon on Minecraft is insane.
The reason I tax that though is because why am I going to hold these quote unquote mods in such a high regards when it's not the actual game developers making them?
But it's still the game. The fact
you gotta rank. No, but it's not though. It's not. It's not. That's not Minecraft.
Do it in the game.
It's the game. It's not.
It quite literally.
If you could do it in the game, it's
not. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that a Pokemon mod you're playing Minecraft. It's not.
I am.
Yes,
the fact that you can do that in Minecraft, it is Minecraft. I don't know. I don't get that logic. If you could do it,
sit here and tell me that people playing a Dragon Ball Z mod in Minecraft, they're playing Minecraft to the point of playing Minecraft.
Yes, because you can do it in Minecraft. That's the point. That's the point.
Bro.
The fact that you can do it in Minecraft is the point.
At the end of the day, if you're gonna switch up the entirety of a scheme of a game to make it completely different for you to enjoy it,
to play a different motherfucking game,
it's not that game anymore.
Yes,
it's not that game anymore.
Riddell, I'm with you. No, hold on, though. Riddell, I understand what you're saying. You're giving credence to the fact that people can even go in and be able to manipulate Minecraft for it to become those games is an achievement in itself that you praise Minecraft for, correct?
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't want you to get lost in the fact that I don't understand what you're saying, because I completely get what you're saying.
Okay,
so do I.
But if I'm turning on Minecraft to play Call of Duty, if I'm turning on Minecraft to play Pokemon, it says a lot about Pokemon.
Like Riddell, right? Riddell, look. Man, I understand what you're saying, right? I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But what, like, Minecraft as its vanilla form? What is the point of Minecraft?
Defeat the Ender Dragon.
Survival. It's a survival game.
Right. It's a survival game where you have ultimate creativity to do however you want and succeed. You can build houses. You can mine. You can create farms. You can create cities with redstone and all that shit. When I have to go out of my way to download a Bleach mod, a Call of Duty mod, a World War Z mod, I'm not playing Minecraft anymore, bro. It's just a skin.
Well, brother, you know,
you're completely. No, you don't have to do that. But that's what people do to make it its extreme peak of fun. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And that's my problem with it.
No,
yes.
I don't hold on. I don't even agree.
Because vanilla Minecraft to me can only take you so far where now it's a joke where people say after a week of playing vanilla Minecraft, it's dead. And it's been like that for years.
And this is why we should have just went with SmackDown versus Raw. I'm just saying. But y'all got
it. Kick him.
No, I'm not gonna kick him.
Riddell, the most.
But y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Look, when Minecraft was peaking, right, in the mid 2010s or whatever, the most watched versions of Minecraft were Prison Escape, Lucky Block openings, and Sky Island things. That's not what Minecraft is meant to be.
So
And if,
I,
and if
Well,
go ahead.
all right, Gabe, we're just not going to agree with the it's not supposed to be this stuff. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, I do think you're also underrating the aspect of the fact that a lot of people are playing the normal vanilla version of Minecraft, but they're role playing. They're doing a lot of role playing, big servers, creating communities with just the normal Minecraft. They're doing whole battle royales.
No, I do know
with
that.
just
I do
the
know that.
normal
I know
Minecraft.
about that. I know
But
about
I
that.
also,
there's still a lot of people who are playing the normal version, but are just able, because of the size of these servers too, which is another credit to it, just playing it in different types of ways with the survival feature. So that's I mean,
Sure, but I just think I do know that happens. Me personally, I feel like the modded experience out trumps that. There's more. You always find more modded experiences of Minecraft rather than just regular vanilla. Even those servers that you say, they have mods in them to make the experience better.
Wait, but I have a question. Can you bring up Prison Break and like the other mini games? Are those still not vanilla Minecraft? They're just mini games.
Probably Prison Break, but not
I
Lucky
wouldn't say
Block
Prison Break,
or
Skyfall, or what
no,
is
the
Skyblock?
the sky mods. All the Skyblock is not regular Minecraft. You don't load into a Minecraft world in a floating island where you have to cut off a tree, get a sieve, break the leaves, get a worm.
That's still vanilla Minecraft.
No,
There's
not.
no mods
Vanilla
for that.
Minecraft doesn't have a sieve. It doesn't have worms that you put on trees. You don't spawn into a floating island with one block. It doesn't have that.
No, but they activate command blocks in Redstone. That's still all vanilla Minecraft. There's no
But the
mod you have to
versions of
download.
the most popular version of Skyblock is not vanilla Minecraft. It's not.
Sure, but the original forms of Skyblock and other
Sure, there are
aspects
other
of the
forms
game.
of it. There's other forms of everything. The most eye-glaring ones are always modded experiences. Always. And if we're going to compare a Mount Rushmore with every single series being its vanilla version, why am I going to give a franchise that skyrockets when you mod it the same level of praise as these other franchises? Why am I going to do that?
Because I'm not gonna lie, at that point, GTA RP is the best game. At that point, GTA RP is the best game.
We should have just left it as
That's why
SmackDown
GTA
versus
is
Raw.
the
I'm just
No,
saying.
but I'm saying at that point, GTA RP, because of RP, it's the best game.
But y'all are being disingenuous to
you're
the
not
fact
really
that
arguing.
That's not being disingenuous.
No. He's saying
hold
it
on.
skyrockets when it mods. You
It
don't
does.
always need mods for it to skyrocket.
It's unarguable. It does. Everything that Minecraft have ever been, peak views wise, is always modded experiences. It always is. Always.
That's very debatable.
Oh my god.
You're taking out a lot of mini games that are based off, and a lot of battle royales and Hunger Games. Like that, there's a lot of vanilla experiences in mini games that have skyrocketed before the modded genre of the game, and everybody started doing it.
You guys want the
problem with SmackDown versus
Raw? You guys
Raw.
want the actual numbers? Because I have the numbers.
Of what? What are you looking at?
The active player base for vanilla versus modded Minecraft.
I mean, I'm not taxing, so I don't really care.
I'm
about
not talking about the player base.
Nigga, because that literally determines who the fuck how to play the game. The fuck?
I mean, currently, yeah. I mean, yeah, currently, yeah.
They're not playing the vanilla version of the game.
Yes,
I understand. 15% of the owners of Minecraft play the vanilla game. 85% of the people that own Minecraft are playing mods. Y'all don't find that scary? No. Compared to Call of Duty, where
I see what you're saying currently. We're talking about it all the time. We're talking about the entire franchise as a whole.
You want me to look it up for what year do you want me to look it up for? Throw a year out. I'll look it up.
2007 SmackDown versus Raw still's on the table, fellas.
Bro.
I'm just saying.
I understand what you guys are saying. I just the fact that you can play vanilla Minecraft and that it was very popular for a long amount of time and it boosted with the mods. I understand that and where we're going with that. But the game is still enjoyable in its base form, and there's still
that's
people
not what I'm saying,
living
though. I'm
off
not
that.
saying it's not enjoyable. Minecraft
Yes,
is
I
enjoyable.
understand. You're
right?
saying it's a whole nother level when you mod it, and I agree to that point.
Yes, and I feel like it's an unfair thing to give when all these other series, I'm basing my opinion off of what they are in their vanilla form, which is why I don't have Minecraft in my Mount Rushmore. I don't have that.
See,
I
can't agree to that
like
premise.
that.
The only reason why I can't agree to that premise is because we're including Mario, which has so many different vanilla versions of its game.
I mean,
And
yeah,
that's
that's
like-
how the
that's
cookie
not
crumbles.
really-
That's how it happens.
That's called
how it
tough shit.
happened.
That's called tough shit.
That's why I'm okay with including Mario, because they just keep on revamping and making different types of games which have all these different type of features and all these different type of play styles. Whereas Minecraft, they say, oh no, we got this game, we'll update it and we'll make it we'll give it the capacity for you can mod it to however you like.
When was the last good Minecraft update?
1.
I don't follow it that deeply.
1.9.
When did that come out, Loki?
I have no clue. I would think like 2018.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna finish the Mount Rushmore.
1.9 came out in 2016.
And then we're gonna do the rest of this probably when Santo comes back.
2016.
We're at the 3 hour mark. I didn't realize that.
So,
oh God, man.
Yeah, my last two spots it's Mario, COD, Fortnite, and GTA.
COD already made it. Minecraft and GTA. Also, with that said, Minecraft also deserves credit for being the highest selling game, not gaming franchise.
Oh, individual game, yes. It is.
Sure.
Yeah, deserves that credit.
It is. Let's go around the room. Me, myself, Miles left. At number 3, I have Fortnite. Rodell, what you got?
Minecraft.
Sauce.
Fort.
Gabe.
Fortnite.
Kent. SmackDown versus Raw 2007.
Number 3 for me. I was gonna get nasty. I was gonna throw something in there wild. I'm gonna go Minecraft.
So we're at an impasse. 3v3.
We're literally at an even split.
So anybody in the comments?
They're gonna say Fortnite.
I mean, should we just include Minecraft and Fortnite?
Put them both and say fuck GTA?
We would have to leave
I
off
don't want to
GTA.
say fuck GTA though.
I feel like God should
Well, why
be on this
did-
goddamn list.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm literally not taking. There's nothing you can do to convince me that COD doesn't belong. It has too many accolades.
I literally don't think COD. I'm literally the COD fanboy. COD is my favorite franchise of all time.
I don't
think it deserves to be on
understand
this list.
how. I want you to tell y'all how. What does COD have to do?
We gotta throw Mortal Kombat in there.
I put Street Fighter. I put Street Fighter before Mortal Kombat. But what I'm not understanding is why. Where is this pushback? You said you're a COD fanboy. I don't believe you because I want you to tell me how it's responsible for it's responsible for one of the largest streaming conglomerates right now today in FaZe. It's responsible for blowing up gaming on YouTube. COD was the face of YouTube gaming for multiple years.
Yes.
Hold on, Machinima and Minecraft. Machinima and Minecraft.
And COD was right before
Minecraft. With YouTube gaming, my nigga, you are tweaking.
Nah, Machinima and Minecraft.
Making montages to music and doing trick shots. It evolved into niggas doing live commentary and things like that. Then it became a fucking big ass esport. And then, you know what I'm saying? It ran its course. It tried to do the Warzone. And as far as like YouTube viewership, those companies went their own way. My point being is there's pillars in this universe. There would be no FaZe Lacey or any of these IRL niggas donning the banner of FaZe. No FaZe this, no FaZe that. If it was not for Call of Duty,
it would be no compilations of you like mashing up your gameplay and shit without.
They literally popularized montages.
Yeah,
popularized the gaming montage.
We talk about a Mount Rushmore. You got to think about the impact.
Call of Duty,
bro. This shit was.
They're drastically understating what Call of Duty did for gaming just because they dropped some ass games and niggas have heard that the game is ass.
And then the moments in the campaign too. We didn't even talk about them bitches. But those
campaigns, nigga.
like no rushing. No, when somebody says no rushing, even like just outside, you know exactly what the fuck they're talking about.
I'm living in an alternate reality. Why am I gotta fight this hard for COD when we know how much is done? We know how much it's done.
It's just, I don't know.
And then like you said earlier, it's LeBron. You can literally use that because it's like if it has any low dip, people are gonna smash on that shit regardless.
That's what
and
I'm
then
saying.
people will come back 2-3 years later. Like, was it really that bad?
They always come back. Every single. This is the new COD killer.
X-Defiant.
We made this game to be the COD killer. They made Titanfall to be the COD killer. No, I'm gonna go through it. They made Titanfall to be COD killer. Where the fuck is Titanfall? Battlefield. We're trying to kill COD. Where's Battlefield?
2046.
Every single game they try to dethrone it.
No cap. and it's Defiant just came out like last year, and they were still saying this.
And I knew, and it was crazy because I knew it was gonna die early on when it first came out. That game was.
I knew it was gonna die when I loaded.
There's no FPS that can take the throne.
There isn't.
None.
There's none.
That's not LeBron.
There's none, bro.
That's what I said. It's the LeBron of FPS.
It's the LeBron. Fuck a LeBron.
How are you not gonna include LeBron?
Most love and the most.
It's the LeBron of FPSs, and then it's the third greatest player of all time.
I don't get it. You call it LeBron, but then you're trying to like not include it in the Mount Rushmore. Like imagine not including LeBron in the Mount Rushmore.
I don't, so it's not that difficult.
Yeah,
anyway,
I mean,
World of Warcraft.
That's a shout. That's a shout. I'll put it on Rushmore though. But World of Warcraft could make top 10. I could argue with top 10.
It's in my top 10. I don't even play it. It's in my.
But it's not better than no fucking Call of Duty, Nick.
I said League.
League is not. Oh my God. League is not better. Call of Duty has been around since 2003. It's dominated for 22 years, 23 years, 22 years.
Literally the LeBron, bro. He said 2003. It's LeBron,
so my nigga,
bro.
if you can recognize it as LeBron, why are you telling me that bullshit like League of Legends is ahead of it? League of Legends is not even number one in its own genre. It's Dota. So why the fuck are you talking to me about number two? League of Legends has never had a higher player count than Dota. So what the fuck are we talking about? Don't fucking piss me off with that bullshit, man. That shit not even number one in its own genre. You talk about a nigga that's number one in its genre. That's more dominated than League of Legends genre. There's more niggas making FPSs than there are niggas making MOBAs. What the fuck is League of Legends competing with? Fucking Smite? And I love Smite. But let's be fucking for real. Smite. That's your competition.
Bro, they got a show. It's very
influential. Competing with AAA fucking games, giving them niggas dead. What the fuck are we talking about? Okay, I'm back. Dog, niggas pissed me off.
I got World of Warcraft 4.
I didn't bring it back.
I said Loki.
Oh yeah,
got it. I mean, at this point, we're just beating a dead horse.
So GTA getting the short hand of the stick.
I think no. If you got that mod shit in your head, GTA should not be taken off the goddamn list. Because if you fuck with mods, there's people that have jobs on GTA RP and they're getting paid. So if you want to include that shit,
niggas who are literally police officers on GTA getting a salary all my life.
Everything you're about to say about GTA applies to Minecraft.
It's a GTA RP game that
No, it cannot.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't. Because the stories of GTA are one thing. GTA Online is literally one of the biggest things to ever be created. And if you want to start adding that mod shit, there's GTRPs where they got thousands of servers where people are paying $150 to get in so they can live a life on GTA and actually get paid in the game. They're like, no, bro, no, it doesn't. Minecraft is not in these talks, in my opinion, bro. I'm sorry, it's fit.
It is just because it definitely is.
If you want to give Minecraft the extra mods,
is Minecraft better than Roblox?
Oh my God, what are we doing?
Let's bring Roblox to the table.
And this is why we should have just went SmackDown versus Raw, man.
Yo,
Like y'all, y'all
this
did
nigga
a
got a
lot of
SmackDown
yeah,
soundboard.
y'all done a lot of talking back and forth just for us to ultimately
The
come up with
problem is
SmackDown versus Raw.
2K25.
What is this man can't
2K25, I
talk
couldn't
about?
even get into my career, all right? The first 2 weeks of the
That's
game.
not SmackDown versus
Yeah,
Raw.
but that's what it developed into down the line. We're talking about the entire
Well, I mean,
franchise.
We see
bro,
what Call of Duty developed into,
bro,
and
I'm
look
not
how
trying
much
to
we're going
debate
for that.
It ain't
SmackDown
even
versus
on the
Raw, bro. I'm not
list.
gonna lie.
That's
What the
literally
Call of
We're
Duty?
already at
Call
3
of Duty?
hours. We're already at
What
3
it-
hours.
what it-
I don't know what's going on. But hey, Just Listen said Minecraft too, so we actually won the votes anyway.
All right, so y'all got the chat
Sure.
vote. So
Okay,
it's
so what's the
Fortnite
vote?
at 3, Minecraft at 4 to round up the Mount Rushmore.
Well, Minecraft at 3, Fortnite at 4, but
Yeah.
all right, that's all right.
With the honorable mention to World of Warcraft. That's all I'm saying, man.
For top 10 video games, instead of doing video game franchises, maybe we should just do either individual video games or video game peaks.
We can do that next. We can do that next time. But if we do that next time, we might not have.
Like for next time, you said we'll do it again when Santo comes back instead of doing the franchises.
Yeah, so I'm saying we can do it next time, but we probably won't have any like pre-topics. Because I didn't expect this to be. I didn't think this would be this long.
From now on, too.
We got to number 3. It took like an hour. Like, so we might not do no pre-topics.
So
what's up?
You were prepared to come and debate COD, and you told me this, but
absolutely.
But you told me that there's something caused this. Who was debating your Pokemon? Like who was like, yo,
so shout out Sprite, salute. So nigga named Sprite, and he basically told me that Pod being 2. He said Pod had no discussion to be in the Mount Rushmore, and I vehemently disagree.
Oh, you should
Yeah,
have.
I agree with him. I agree with him.
You agree with him? You're a bot.
No conversation.
It has no conversation to be in the Mount Rushmore.
No.
No. You tweaking, bro.
But Pokemon does. A game that's not even number 1. Again, another motherfucker that's not number 1 in its motherfucking genre.
Wait, who's number 1 ahead of Pokemon?
Bro, people.
Who?
Oh, you can.
Final Fantasy is the biggest, most selling, most global RPG of all time.
What's higher selling? What's higher selling than Madden in its genre?
FIFA.
Okay.
Not close.
So FIFA. We not putting FIFA in there?
No,
bro.
No.
Like I said, I could argue FIFA top 10. I could argue FIFA top 10 at 10. Literally at 10.
I would start my list with FIFA.
But no, I'm not. Mount Rushmore?
If we're talking top, if we're doing, I don't know what Santo Mouse plan to do. If we're doing gaming peaks, what are we?
FIFA 16.
Which 2K? There's a 2K peak that had
16
from 2K16 to 2K20.
I would have said 17.
We thinking that one's made because when 2K paid like all these like black content creators, a lot of
I would say 16 to 20. And
about to
Riddell,
say
I'm
16
with you
to 20.
because all of these Aidens and these niggas, where they came from?
They came from 2K. Yeah, a lot of them came from 2K.
Agent Phantom in the top 10 peak, bro.
He was
Agent
spamming
Phantom.
Score videos
Aiden.
in 2K19. All of a sudden, he's the biggest streamer in the world.
So Illuminati.
He came out of nowhere.
So Flight, Cash Nasty, all
hell of them.
LSK.
A lot of them.
The entire
people, AMP people, like freaking so many groups came from 2K, bro.
I'm with you.
We gotta think about that Madden peak too now. Don't sit up there and try to sleep on that Madden peak.
I could argue Madden top 10 at 10. I can't lie to you. I
don't know.
I could.
Madden's not touching the 2K peak, bro. It's not.
I can't argue
for
that.
The Madden peak is touching the 2K peak.
Madden's peak arguably is what led a lot of people into YouTube, even before 2K was even relevant. 2K was still battling with Live for a long time.
The Madden peak was crazy. Like Madden was everywhere.
Thank you.
Madden did not
Thank
peak
you.
over
Like, I
2K.
don't know why people keep lying to themselves about this.
How
Like,
did Madden,
Madden,
how did Madden peak over 2K?
What
it's not
year?
about a peak. It's not even about a peaking over. If we're talking about
That's what we're arguing.
What's
influencer,
the argument
Wait,
though?
and I
Before
can
y'all dive deep into it, let me just announce our Mount Rushmore, and then this could be a part of our closing statement to get us out of here. So let me just announce it. Ladies and gentlemen, heroes and villains, this is the BSS community
4
games for our gaming Mount Rushmore. When you think faces, these are the games that we believe are the faces of gaming. At the number 4 spot, after heavy deliberation, we got Minecraft. At the number 3 spot, we got Fortnite. At the number 2 spot, after heavy deliberation, we got Call of Duty. And at number 1, the GOAT, you expected it, you knew it would be here, Super Mario. Most recognizable video game character of all time, most high-selling franchise, flagship, everything you can think of. Mario checked all of those boxes. If you agree with our picks, let us know. If you disagree, F you, but let us know. Love y'all. Like the video.
Wow, what does number 3 say?
The 4th time.
Hey,
Fourth
anyway, we appreciate y'all for stopping by. Be sure to like the video. And I'm gonna let y'all go back to arguing, and I'm gonna correct that on the back end.
How did Madden peak over 2K?
Yeah, Madden. Nah, bro, come on.
Yeah,
I'm legitimately asking too, because I literally started playing Madden like Madden.
Like I said,
I want to know like when it was and why it peaked higher than Madden, or higher than 2K.
Well, the like I said with the content creation and all that shit for 2K, what'd you say, like 16 to 20?
From 2K16 to 2K20.
Yeah,
so I would say it's the peak of 2K.
That's 4 years.
Yeah,
Madden.
5. Yeah,
5. Madden. Shit, Madden. John Madden came to Madden, changed the name, and that shit put that shit on the map just off that shit alone. Now you go, we 99. We didn't have YouTube and all that shit. You feel me? But from like 99 to like 09, 08ish, Madden was running the sports scene for real. To be real, then what? 2K8 came out. That when shit started transitioning.
So you said your peak is from 99 to 09.
Yes, that's what 11, 10 years.
Okay, so I will have no idea like anything for Madden. But for me, for 2K, right? The 2K like content creation community, I think it was one of the biggest just communities in general, like in any genre, right? Especially for content creation, you had some of the biggest streamers now come from 2K. And then on top of that, the wager community that 2K brought, the My Team community that 2K brought, the amount of like it was literally people just wanting to play 2K because it was fun. I don't know how to I feel like I'm making a bad case because I literally have no idea about anything about from Madden from 99 to 09.
Like bro, like
I feel like it was like Madden
I don't know. I literally have no idea anything.
That's because like what we're saying, Madden came out Madden came out before a time of the not necessarily the internet, but like this.
If 04 Vic came out in 2016 with 2K16, shit would have been fucking crazy, my nigga.
I can match that. I can match that with 2K16 Steph Curry.
Bro. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but Madden 04 Vic.
Okay. So then if we're doing that, I don't like the pre-pro stick 2Ks. But if we're doing that, why is the 2K peak not from 2K11 to 2K20?
You know what? Yeah.
Most people the best game.
Y'all said though. That's the peak y'all said.
I give my personal peak. Well, I think 2K was where it peaked in popularity, it peaked in gameplay, it peaked in sales, it peaked in money earned, like the amount of money people were spending on that game. That's to me, that 5-year stretch is one of the biggest 5-year stretches I think any franchise has ever seen. If I include 2K15, 2K14, 2K13 is booty, but 2K15, 2K14, 2K12, and 2K11.
See, and that's the problem with
you got the My Career experience getting introduced. You got My Team being introduced in 2K13. You got like you got the My Leagues that people play. You had Play Now Online. You had Play Now in general. Blacktop. You got All Star Team Up. Then you got My Career. That like.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
talk
I
about my
raised
career
you.
then. Let's talk about my
No,
career.
hold on. I
Who had the
raised
first
you.
my career?
Like I mean, like My Career. Madden, I think. I don't know. FIFA.
Yes, it
I don't
had the
know.
first one. It had superstar mode. You
Yeah,
had my
what-
career.
Bro, but that wasn't
popular.
Oh, was it?
bro.
I'm
You know
gonna
why
ask
it
you a question.
wasn't
I'm gonna ask
popular?
you a question though. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Everybody
Is being
wants
the
superstar mode still.
is being the first to do something more impactful than actually doing it the absolute best?
I mean,
That's the
I
Fortnite
could,
PUBG argument.
Yes.
yeah, it is. I wasn't trying to. I didn't bring it up to just say.
And Madden had to
that.
bring it back because there was a long period of time they was like, whatever. And then
What
it was like,
they-
no,
what
my
they had
career
is
is going crazy, and they brought it back.
They
Because
had
my career
NCAA
not
with
only
Lord
includes the
Slick that
story
had-
mode, but it also includes the park, the rec, the pro-am, the
There's
wages.
the different modes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different modes, and Madden had superstar mode, but it also had the game modes with like the skill modes and the mini camps.
Their
and shit.
training camps, yeah, mini
No,
camps and
2K
everything
also
else.
had
Yeah.
that. You had the combines, you had the practices, you had the actual games.
What we're
No,
getting at
I
is
mean-
two.
they both had shit like
Right.
Madden had the EA radio and Dynasty mode. You
Well,
feel me?
see,
So
this is
after every game they'll give you like game reviews on how you played the game and shit. They used to have all that shit. They don't have the shit. I'm just like NCAA used
So-
to have like the magazine after every game and it'll show you what you did
Yeah.
and shit.
So what you're
It's-
so what you're
it's-
saying is the quality of Madden. Peaked
Yes,
from
don't
99
that
to
want the
09.
quality of
The
Madden
quality,
from
okay.
99 to 09
Okay.
and it increased
Okay.
every year.
Okay.
After 09, that's why I'm saying that it's that so like if we want to talk about
But
From
Madden
a quality standpoint.
Well, then,
Okay,
well,
I can't argue against that. 'cause
And then
That's
we
what I'm
can
saying.
then you could also go the
That's what I'm
Call
saying.
of Duty route with Madden because there is no football competitor even outside of even if you want to include college football with that.
That's
No,
not
no,
the
because
no. That's not the Call of Duty argument. Because niggas weren't trying to make football games.
Yeah, there
niggas were
literally
trying to
isn't.
make FPS games.
And
They
even-
were
and
trying
even
to
the
do it
formats
with
of being
NFL
made,
2K.
it was
No,
just
but
worse.
then
That's
And-
one competitor.
and
Call of
and
Duty
NFL
gets shot at by
fever-
everybody.
and
and
NFL
then they
fever
got
was
the
worse.
game.
Before I get mad. Don't
Hold
get
on.
caught no more. No more.
NFL fever was worse.
Street Ball did come out, and when Street Ball came out, people were fucking with that game heavy.
Heavy.
People nowadays are like, bro, bring back Street Ball. Like
It didn't
they're
sell
like-
well, so they're not gonna
Yeah, from EA Sports Big, we love that version of NFL
we
Street.
did.
Yeah, we love that version of the game. Yeah.
We didn't though.
Okay, well, I raised y'all both points, mixing what Sauce said with gameplay and quality and everything and customization. With
Hit
Gabe's
stick, my
point
nigga.
of
How
Hold on,
popular is the word hit
hold on.
stick?
With-
Like
hold
just
on.
like
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
That's true, but how popular is the term green? Like,
Yeah,
Hit
that's
stick was popular before the internet. That is what I'm
that's
saying.
cool. No, that's fine. That's fine.
That's
But you
what I'm
can't just take
saying.
away you can't just take that away.
No, I'm not taking away Gabe, but that's what I'm saying from us because this started with me saying I can make a case for Madden being in the top 10. Like Miles, you can make a case for 2K being
I
in
don't
the
think
top
you can
10.
make a case
I
for
can
any
make a
sports
case
game to
for
be
it.
in the top 10.
No, I said FIFA. I don't think 2K.
Oh yeah, you said FIFA. My fault. I said
If we're talking about
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, hold
2K.
on.
I don't even think 2K is the best iteration.
That's
of a
what
sports
I'm
game.
trying
I
to
think
get
it's
Yeah,
to.
so that's what I was
in
saying.
between
I
y'all's
said
two
I can make a
points
case for Madden
is one of
being
the
in the
biggest game, the biggest
Mhm.
sports games that went through the content era, but didn't really mix. They have microtransactions, they have gameplay. It's gotta be
Yeah,
FIFA.
and then
FIFA
Madden
11
did
to
did
FIFA
Yeah,
18.
Loki.
transition with
FIFA is
There's
like
no
first.
bigger peak than FIFA
Yeah.
11 to FIFA 18.
There isn't, and you're right. There isn't. There is not.
Madden
we're
did
talking
transition
about
with much shit too. But yeah, as
microtransactions,
far as like
quality,
FIFA being
gameplay.
bigger and shit,
Man, people hate that though. But all right,
And
the
they
only
still
reason
buy
why
it.
I brought up the 2K thing is reference to impact of establishing the current era with like content creators and mainstream. That's the only reason why I brought up 2K because of all the people we brought up and how it inspired them and creating some of the biggest YouTube groups right now that exist
Yeah, for
currently.
sure.
So that's the only reason why I brought up 2K for that potential argument. I'm not even guaranteeing it in that conversation.
No, I don't think it's top 10.
Yeah,
And I don't know.
Madden
And I don't know if
pissed
I'm
me
gonna
off.
give. I don't know if I'm gonna give 2K.
I can
that
say the
much
same thing for
credit
2K now benefiting
for
from exclusive
I
contracts.
can give 2K the credit for them becoming big, but I'm not gonna give 2K credit for the groups being created, other than 2Hype. Because AMP didn't come together because of 2K. They came together
That's
because
true.
they want to be a collective group of people making content.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. But a lot of them met via 2K.
But they blew like Asian blew up because of 2K. Phantom, they
all blew up because of 2K.
They made the career off 2K, but AMP wasn't formed to go to 2K.
Right.
That's what he's making.
And then like freaking Aiden met LeBron and became friends with Bronny on 2K and just blew the fuck up.
But you can say that in a lot of Call of Duty. Like a lot of people saw the Sniper Clan of FaZe.
Well, that's what Miles was arguing.
I said.
The competitive scene of Optic, and then you
People
started
saw
getting
Pamaz
these
and wanted
other
to beat
groups,
Pamaz, bro.
Red
Like-
Reserve, and other people who came together based off Call of Duty, who branched off and did other things.
I'm not gonna lie.
But the difference between that, they became famous because of Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, and I'm not gonna lie. I only named two. I only named FaZe.
It's not.
I only named.
You
muted yourself.
I know. I only named FaZe because that was an easily recognizable name that everybody will be able to associate with.
Yeah.
The amount of gaming organizations that Call of Duty is responsible for, Cloud9, 100 Thieves, like Rico Impact, Thor. There's a lot of there's a lot of gaming groups, and granted, they've now branched on to different titles and they do different things. Echo Fox.
Yeah.
If it was not for Call of Duty,
they wouldn't be here.
Would not exist.
Clans themselves came from Call of
Fair.
Duty.
I will say another thing that's very impressive.
I wouldn't
too,
say
though.
that because KSI was one of the biggest.
Yeah, that's true.
I would say another thing that's very impressive though for like something like a 2K, even Madden too, but especially 2K, is the fact that both of them have access to the professional players is huge mainstream appeal, but like for sure. Right. So that's
a plus for COD. COD lost the licensing for all of the guns in the military, and they still make it happen. They can't even use real gun names or anything.
I mean,
that's crazy.
I hear you. A little different.
It is, but at the same time, let's be for real. Like niggas can't even call the gun names or any. Call of Duty started off as an arcade shooter, milsim game. It literally got kicked out of the milsim department because they can't use any actual manufacturers or anything, and it's still relevant. No other FPS. There's no other FPS that can do that, and I know that because they're dead.
Yeah, I mean, shout out COD. We're respecting COD right now. The other thing about it is also the fact that just like you named the different COD groups, is the fact that there's like a whole freaking league for Madden and 2K. I think the 2K
has a league.
I think the 2K one is bigger than the Madden one personally.
No, the 2K league is dead. It's gone.
They went bankrupt. Yes,
it's getting revamped.
It went bankrupt.
It's getting revamped, yeah, but it died.
Yeah, it was getting revamped because the original shit went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yes, but the
2K I really remember not just
bankruptcy's not good. That's not. It's not
crazy
a good
too,
thing.
Miles. It's crazy too because I was at the gym the other day and I saw a dude with a 2K League shirt on.
I
was like, oh shit, it's dead, and I was alive.
Bro, I feel like not too long ago, I was like, oh, another thing is happening. Oh, okay.
Madden was so early in its infancy stage, especially with people recognizing that you could even do anything as far as
word of mouth.
Bro, Madden at one point, especially with the inclusion of people recognizing what you could do with YouTube, Madden had people playing and coming up with online ebooks and playbooks for Madden. Is the only thing that I'm saying for it when it first came out. And that's because YouTube was a new thing by the time Madden was starting to really, really reach its heights. Sauce will probably know what I'm talking about because I think people were.
My uncle used to sit in their rooms for like 2-3 hours and just work on formations. You feel me? Like tournaments would be popping up every weekend. Madden was just a lot of word of mouth shit. You feel me? And then around like 06, 07, when YouTube popped up, that when ebooks popped, but then Madden got sorry around the next 2 years. So it really like niggas didn't even see the shit.
Yeah, I remember Cass saying that he started playing 2K13 because Madden 13 was trash.
Exactly. And 2K13
because 2K13 isn't that good looking back.
Yeah, you feel me? And that's my problem with 2K because 2K will have them, and then they'll have a trash game, and then then 14, 15, 16, 17 happened, but then 18 happened. So it's
Hey
like,
man, we just gotta remember, boy, Madden was a
solid. I was just
Madden
decade,
was
bro. You feel me?
Madden
98,
was
bro. You
I just got to
feel
do
me?
my research.
bro.
I don't know.
Bro, I'm telling you, if 04
I'm probably
Vic,
not, but
if Sauce knows what I'm talking.
I know
It was
because
one of them
it was
things,
literally
bro.
we had 04 Vic, we had 05 Ray Lewis, and then we had 06 Donovan McNabb, we had 07 Sean.
you got 2K16 Curry, 2K18
No,
Harden,
I'm not.
2K20.
Yeah, for sure. You feel me?
you
But
got
like, it was just
25 Wemby until he retires.
I'm just
2K,
naming right, like how y'all are doing. Cause I want to.
Break the game, Curry. Niggas be
Yeah,
usually
you got
niggas can shoot
2K16
from
Curry.
anywhere on the court.
You got damn near any version of LeBron. You got 2K15 KD.
19 Giannis.
You got 19
2K
Giannis, 2K20
2K12
Shaq.
I play with all of
Bro,
them, and
Any iteration of Harden.
I play with all of
2K12
them, Gabe,
Hero.
and none of them more broken than 04 Vic. None of
Break
them.
the game, Curry.
Curry?
None of them, Miles.
bro, Vic, people were the only thing that was stopping Vic, the only thing that was really, truly stopping Vic from being so OP is if you were playing with your friends, couch co-op style, and you had injuries turned on, and you could injure Vic. But people were taking Vic as the quarterback and putting him on kick return. They were putting Michael Vick as a quarterback on kick return, bro. This is before my team.
Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. People really used to put 11 people on defense in a QB spot just with Michael Vick. I promise.
Thank you. And he was still run by the defense. 04 Vic was broken. Bro, yeah.
Really good.
Every person I name in 2K, 04 Vic is more
I'm
broken.
gonna do my research.
Yeah, we gotta find this
promise
out,
you, man.
Bro. I'm telling you, bro. They were putting Vic as a court. This is before you had the whatever the Madden cards came out with the out of position. People were going into the start menu and putting a quarterback on kick return. That's how deadly Mike Vick was, bro.
There's no way.
Yeah, I mean,
and don't get me started on the go route with Randy Moss.
Vic was just a really broken character. I agree. Just listen. And also, I still stand by 2016 Curry just being equally as broken. You can shoot from half court.
You can shoot from anywhere, and it was green.
That was only for a week.
Yeah, because it was so broken they patched it.
Yeah, that was only for a week.
It was on, but back then we didn't have patches.
Yeah, you couldn't patch.
There was no such thing as a patch.
My team, what, pink?
You
What was
could
it?
like it
Pink
would have been
Diamond
stupid.
Curry. Pink Diamond Curry didn't get patched.
But that's a my team card. It's not supposed to be.
Still, that was still.
Nigga, I had shot green on my team. It is what it is.
I play with all of them in 2K. You feel me? Everybody their names.
2K20,
I spent 2K head. You feel me?
And with the shot, whatever that shit was.
Yeah, the Galaxy.
The 99-3, 99 Timberwolves.
Yeah,
Onyx.
With Shaq.
That was Galaxy.
I hate my team.
Yeah, whatever the highest was. Yeah, Galaxy Opal.
And another one that was crazy, Devin Hairston when he had 100 speed. That shit was fucking crazy.
The first one ever.
He was really good. No, Matt is not on the Mount Rushmore. We're talking about top 10 peaks in video games.
Yeah, we're not talking about Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I don't think 2K or Madden or even FIFA would touch my 10.
Madden would still be 10, like even then. Like, to be honest,
I don't think Madden, because I don't know, and 2K or FIFA, I don't think it would be in my top 10.
Yeah, what for peak?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'd start my list with FIFA.
I don't think Madden.
If I have to throw in a sports game.
FIFA maybe.
Man, Sauce, man, when they introduced hit stick, man, oh my God, boy. Y'all just
they introduced a lot of concepts, but like that doesn't mean you have the best peak. Yeah.
No. It was just the first sports game that were really doing shit like that though. You feel me?
For sure. It was one of the pioneers.
And that's really what we getting at right now. You feel me? And a lot of it is goes missed because it was nobody to record this shit.
It wasn't. That's what I'm saying. The lack of internet.
Would you say WWE wasn't or wrestling wasn't?
I said SmackDown versus Raw, and we come full circle. Thank you.
Because you say sports game, wrestling is a sport, and I feel like at the time WWE was out there.
SmackDown versus Raw.
Not
Hey,
even Smackdown.
listen.
That boy
Smackdown
Justin
started
loves
like all
Smackdown
these
Red Dead
too,
2,
games,
bro.
bro.
though.
Yeah,
Pain.
Justin.
He loves that.
That's appealing to that nigga
Smackdown
Justin
just
American
bringing.
blood.
God
America.
damn.
That Red
Hey,
Dead
I'm
2
trying to tell
hit.
you.
Here comes
We talking about
Justin.
That game.
WWE No Mercy. Like these around the same
W
I
time.
never played Red
Yeah,
Dead.
99 to 07.
WWF No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000. Then you had a
Yeah,
couple
these
of
are.
you had WCW Nitro. You had
I'm gonna be honest, a
like I
wrestling game is not gonna make it, bro. I'm
No,
curious.
I'm just
Top 10.
saying
We
he's
we
talking
gonna
about
find out
just
in 2 weeks, though.
strictly
Or a
against the
month, actually.
Madden timeline though, because he said it's one of the only games
That's a
doing
month away.
anything.
Yeah, because our next episode is gonna be all Dragon Ball Z. We're supposed to be having a big Dragon Ball Z content creator come up. Provided that goes through. If not, we'll do this topic. But July 3rd, which will be the next Dojo episode, is gonna be a Dragon Ball Z episode.
That shit.
Big W.
Huge
Hey
W.
man, is Elden Ring making the top 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Geeks.
For me, yeah.
That had
It would.
the world by a choke when it came out.
Let's see. Elden, Final Fantasy 7, Fortnite.
Individual games.
Yeah, we're talking peaks. Yeah.
That's just a peak.
Mass Effect 2.
Black Ops 3.
I'm there.
I'll say Modern Warfare 2.
I'd say Modern Warfare 2.
I gotta do a
Yeah,
lot more.
Modern
one-
Warfare 2 over Black Ops 3?
Everybody
One-
talks about Modern Warfare.
one of the Assassin's Creeds have to be up there.
Hold on. Super chat
Prodigy.
from Prodigy. $2. Salute Prodigy. Member of the One Piece Media Cartel. Salute to you, brother. He said SVR 06 through SVR 2011 was peak gaming.
I ain't mad at you.
How you feel? Y'all agree?
Y'all could keep that wrestling shit. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at him.
The only one I was on was 08. So
Hey, Prodigy, hey man, that's the first thing I stated when I came on here tonight. So you know where I'm at with it.
But as a franchise, we got to talk about from No Mercy all the way up to 2K25. That's not one of the best franchises.
But we got to also understand we're looking at it from the perspective of it changed companies. So you can't necessarily count it as the same franchise, because if that's the case, we would also have to include the versions of the games that were made by Acclaim.
He's cooking. That y'all could keep that WWE shit. I'm sorry, y'all can keep that.
Justin crazy.
Y'all talking about WWE. I'm talking about WWF. So y'all can have it.
It's not in this conversation, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
WrestleMania 2000 was peak gaming.
It's almost 1 a.m., y'all. I said we got 5 minutes left of the show. Does anybody got anything?
Game 7.
It needs to speed.
Game 7.
It would have been my Mount Rushmore.
You said Need for Speed would have been your Mount Rushmore?
If it didn't,
yeah, I can see.
My shit.
It had the potential. It did.
Yeah. Need for Speed, boy, that was dope one back in the day.
Oh, and I'm reading Each of the Witch too. Great manga.
I killed Minecraft. I did that. Minecraft was done. I killed it.
I'm watching that Vinland season 2.
That was a good case.
Sauce, it was you that paid me to watch to read Vinland?
Yes. I'm glad
you to go. You to go. That shit hard.
I knew you was like
hard. What you call it? Canute, one of my favorite anime characters. I fuck with Canute. Yeah, Canute.
His glow up is crazy in it.
I fuck with Canute for sure. So y'all know my profile pic.
His presence is like it's not a king of war, it's a king of like politics, and I like that shit.
So y'all know in BSS, my profile pic don't change from Makainu because that's Big New. Gotta be Big New. But everywhere else right now, my profile pic is Canute. That nigga's cool.
You gotta read the manga then. You gotta like it.
So Lonnie was actually telling me I think it's 2 chapters away from ending.
Listen. I'm not without spoiling anything, it makes sense. That's all I can say. Because I ain't gonna count.
So spoil one thing for me. He don't die, do he? Do he die? Is Thorfinn?
No, he's still there.
All right, cool.
I'm fucked up though. 5 chapters ago, it fucked me up. I'm still fucked up. I don't know how to feel.
Or a peak merchant.
Peak. Man.
Yo, Justin, join the VC after because you gonna get studied, nigga. Anybody else? Anything before I end this or wrap this up?
Game 7. Be prepared. That's all I gotta say.
So I didn't watch the game. I don't know how them niggas won by that wide of a margin,
It
boy.
was about to ask. It was about to ask.
Crazy.
I'm trying
Apparently.
to tell you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he was playing
I just
good.
want to. I
Wow.
just want to read off what I just read.
It was one of them Devil
says-
Magic games again.
I just want
Go
to read
ahead,
off what I
Go
just
ahead,
read.
Loki.
Hold on. I'll read the tweet. I think it said the Thunder are 10-2 at home and 5-5 on the road, something like that. This playoff run. So
Yep.
That was about accurate.
that would make sense. Maybe they just can't play on the road.
They going back home next game?
Yeah, game 7.
Yeah. Game 7.
GG's.
It'll be quite odd for a team that's been top 5 all time net offense and net defense, losing the first game and losing game 7 at home. So we'll see, because I wanna know if we'll have the same conversations about them that we reluctantly have about that 2016 Warriors team. But that's just me.
Who had those combos?
What combos?
Say what?
What combos?
Of choking.
Oh.
Oh, you talking about choking conversation?
Oh,
Yes, sir. Choking. Yes.
Golden State's is worse. Golden State's.
Yeah, they had 3-1 lead. Yeah.
Well, like I said, to
losing
be
the
top
games back to
5,
back is crazy.
yeah, but having a team come in, and for the most part, everybody has had conversations about this team being this great, and for it to work out statistically with the Oklahoma City Thunder being top 5 net, both offense and defense, and to not just lose the finals, but to lose game 7 at home. I would think that people would start to put choke on it, but then they might have the narrative of still being too young. So, like I said, I want to see the conversations if they happen to lose. I'd
be very surprised if OKC lost, but I want to hate on them. So I hope they lose. That's where I'm at. I want to hate on them so bad. So bad. Like, when I want to hate on shit, it just makes me so happy to see it close to being fulfilled. It just brings an unspeakable joy in my heart to see these niggas so close to allowing me to hate on them. It just makes it just does something to
the Bisbee ass nigga, man.
I think it'd be very interesting, because I know a lot of people went into this game thinking that it was over and done with, but I mean, we'll see.
Let all that hate out to your heart. Let it all.
I love hating on shit, and I love getting niggas mad. That make me happy. You feel me? And I love when I can hate on niggas with facts. It's not fun when you gotta lie, but when you can use
lying though,
when you can use facts, man,
you lying though.
Woo! With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, another great episode of BSS Open Dojo. I appreciate everybody for coming up in here today, sharing their opinions. We made our almost said Mount Rushmore again. We made our own Mount Rushmore with the top games. That was fun. We talked One Piece, Boruto. So rewind earlier in the episode if you want to see those conversations. Be sure to check out our link tree where you can find all of our links. Join the community and be a part of the conversation. With that being said, y'all have a good evening.
Pacers and 7.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Black Sensei Society podcast. With that said, make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn a notification bell on so you never miss any content we like to drop. We want to do as much as possible, and if you want to join the community, you can also go to our Discord, go to our link tree, and be a part of it. We have a lot of great conversations in there, and we're doing a lot of fun things in there, events, getting your opinions for content and videos, tournaments where we have cash prizes. So make sure you guys join the Discord and rate it 5 stars for the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We really do appreciate you as we continue on our grind. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed. You have a good one. Peace.